All right. All right. I figured, you know what I figured? I figured we could do some reactions and then play some Monster Hunter like the good old days. All right. So this first video, we have to address this. You know we do. Assassin's Creed Shadows came out today, right? I'm pretty sure today. But anyway, apparently, it's like bombed. It's like, all right, here, let me show you. We're gonna react to this video. Assassin's Creed Shadows reviews burn, and Ubisoft threatens legal action against Gamergate. It's kind of funny. It's like, how dare you not like our game? I want to sue. That's almost as bad as losing a rap battle and trying to sue somebody. Dun, 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 dun. But anyway, I figure we can go through this video. As always, link to the video, link to the channel, both in the description below. So be sure to check out Endymion TV. All right, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, my channel, because your boy's trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So help me out. All right, let's go.
Creed Shadows is upon us, and I would be lying if I didn't admit that this game is kind of the final bastion of the culture war, so to speak, when it comes to whether Western video games change or not in the future, and Ubisoft is apparently so hell-bent on stifling the discourse that they've now hired lawyers as well. But before I get into that, I figured that we look into the reviews here first, and see what exactly is being said overall about this game. Firstly, from Newsweek. Their review claims that Shadows is 2 steps forward and 1 step back in their lengthy piece. While Newsweek admits the game looks nice at least,
only 2 steps forward and 1 step back? Are you sure it's not like 1 step forward, 10 steps back? Like, something a little more like that?
they weren't convinced about the actual meat within this meal. At one point, they say that one of Shadow's most glaring issues is the biggest weakness is the people of the world, who don't stand out at all. I know this series has never known how to motivate its characters with anything other than vengeance, but somehow I was still disappointed when that was all Naoe and Yasuke could go on about. This sentiment that Yasuke and Naoe's tale is nothing special is what I kinda gathered from a lot of the reviews that I was reading. Although some reviews said that Yasuke was adapted very well, but I mean, yeah, the guy wasn't a samurai to begin with. So I mean, they kinda just did whatever they wanted with him. But anyway, Newsweek continues by stating, as far as Ubisoft's open world checklist goes, this isn't its best outing. Most question marks on your map will just be locations with nothing to offer. A hostile district with...
What's the point in that then? What? Why send? Why have a waypoint to somewhere that doesn't do anything? It's just, here's a question mark on your map. Good to go to it. It's just an empty space, but hey, you can go to it if you want. Yo, appreciate the follow. But that seems like a waste. It seems like an unfinished game. Like something was supposed to be there, but they didn't put anything there.
Little value outside of early game resources and occasionally an actual activity. However, even those activities aren't anything special. Wow, okay, so it seems that Ubisoft hasn't really evolved their open world setting as much as players would have hoped, it seems. Well, that's too bad. If there was ever a game that needed to blow the doors off the hinges and start impressing people, it was definitely Shadows. But it doesn't look like what's on offer here is really any different than the previous games in this series.
I don't want to buy anything. I don't need to buy anything. I'm pretty sure that's where you're going with this. Appreciate it.
Series, although this part made me audibly yell out, huh? What? When I read this, which, come here, look at this. It isn't without its frustrations though. Despite making light level a factor, there is no way to wait for nighttime before infiltrating. Aside from sitting around and waiting the 30 minutes or so it takes for the day to cycle, which isn't as...
Wait, so they didn't add like a time function, like a time control function, and like switch to nighttime type shit, or like go to just like go into an inn and like sleep, take a nap, and then wake up and it's nighttime? Like you had to wait the 30 minutes. Oh, that's horrible.
Especially odd decision when so many gear upgrades encourage nighttime infiltrations only activating once the sun goes down. On top of that, the enemy's AI seems to have
Even most of the gameplay is around it. Is like surrounded by, hey, you want to do this at nighttime. Then you don't get a way to like control that. Come on, UV. That's like that's like day one type shit you should learn.
gone backward from previous games as they can no longer climb rooftops to pursue you. So if you do get spotted, you can just lie down on a roof and wait
Nothing
for
will
them
happen.
to give up.
Oh my
Ubisoft,
God.
we have to have a conversation here, guys. What is going on over there?
They really went backwards in their own type of game development ways. Like, how are you gonna not have the guards and everything actually chase you? Like, get back here, and then you just run up a wall, and they're just like, they get up to the wall. We can't get. All right, guys, let's pack it in. Let's leave. They escaped. We can't climb the wall. Like, bro, come on.
There, you released a game with seasons and such, but you didn't think to give the player the ability to change the time of day when you have a heavy emphasis on gear being useful based on the time of day that it is? I thought
terrible.
you guys were trying to rip off The Witcher 3 with all of these RPG mechanics games, but you guys don't remember that The Witcher 3 has, the ability to change the time, but you can't.
I don't want to buy anything.
Do that here. What is going on over there? Why? Why is my question? How does something like this get past QA exactly? I know they'll say, oh, he's harassing the devs. I'm not. Calm down. This is at Ubisoft directly, as in the company, not the devs. The devs don't get to make every decision. It always comes from up top. This is just such a bizarre decision, design-wise. And then you make a game where one of your primary heroes can climb anything. And then you gave the enemies 0 options to climb after them. Do the Templar bad guys just not have their own shinobis or something? I mean, I know they do, because in the game, Naoe has to hunt down an entire group of evil shinobis. And you're telling me that none of these people thought it was a good idea to have enemies that could pursue you or climb up high. Doesn't this just...
The enemy has shinobis that can't climb? Isn't that like... what shinobis be doing? Like, isn't it the essential tool for a shinobi, you would say? Okay.
Make Naoe kind of broken to play as then, because then you can't really fail. Because you can just run on a rooftop and then plank like one of those kids back in the day and you're good.
What? Is somebody planking on the McDonald's
You can
logo?
just run on a rooftop and then plank.
Oh my God.
Like one of those kids back in the day and you're good. This is a really weird oversight. I'm kind of hoping that Newsweek is trolling me here, because in every other game, if I remember correctly, the guards would just chase you like you owed them rent money. That's super weird, dude, but hey, there's more. Screen Rant continues their...
Okay, so it sounds like he hasn't played the game, right? And that is what I would prefer when somebody's been talking about the game, how bad it's supposed to be. Because in my opinion, people should always, like, when it comes to media like this, content like this, people should always vote with their wallets and their attention. So when Assassin's Creed comes out, when Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out, and like a lot of like streamers know it's just like it's a terrible game, it's gonna be a failure, but they'll buy it and play it on stream for content, and it's still voting with, like, even if you hate playing the game or just to show how bad the game is, you're still like voting with your time, with your time, attention, and money. And they're gonna take those numbers, and whether they're not gonna see whether it's a hate number or a love number. They're just gonna be like, see, look, we got people to play it, even though we fucked it up so bad. It's the same with like shows like Velma. Like, YouTubers will be like, hey, I'm gonna watch this, that you don't have to watch it. But then their audience most of their audience, at least some of their audience, is going to at least watch it as well, just so they can know what their favorite streamer is talking about or their favorite YouTuber is talking about when they mention how bad the show is or something. That's why Velma got a second season. So many people hate watching it, voting with their time, attention, and giving them a reason to continue making these bad things that people are just hate supporting. Like, stop. Like, I'm not gonna play Assassin's Creed because I already know it's gonna be shit, and I don't want to support them. But I know there's other streamers out there that are going to play it just because, even though they don't want to support them, they'll play it just for the content. I think that shit's dumb.
A review by saying that the gameplay is too safe, and they also say the game doesn't do enough with both heroes and rarely teams them up. But here's more of what they said. It's discouraging that the game doesn't directly pair them up more often. One memorable mission offers two perspectives on the same objective and allows you to experience both in sequence. As the enemy's HP ramped up, I kept Yasuke closer, dispensing with any tedious stealth assassination plans, most of which fail on stronger targets by default, and I began to consider Shadows less as an Assassin's Creed entry and more as a scaled back character action game. Oh, that's not good, fellas. Oh, that is not good. By default, you can't assassinate certain targets. What? Okay, so the enemies will get stronger, obviously, the more you progress through the... But I guess in Screen Rant's opinion, these stealth actions obviously began to be heavily outweighed by the pure action alternatives on hand in terms of difficulty. So the way I'm reading it is like this. Naoe is better early game, but then Yasuke becomes the obvious choice to then breeze through content in the mid to end game. That is not good at all. And this was one of my fears, because as soon as Ubisoft introduced the whole RPG mechanic stuff to Ass Creed, fans have audibly groaned that you can't insta-kill someone with a hidden blade to the neck if your level is too low or something.
What?
I always found that, frankly, kind of dumb. I mean, it's not like these people are superheroes, they're just dudes in armor. The fact that now when...
You fool, I see you've tried to assassinate me by taking a blade to my neck. Lucky for me, your power level is only 9,000. It's so dumb. You can't assassinate me because your power level's too low, bitch. Fuck you. Oh, that's dumb.
Combat becomes more laborious, harder, and somehow ineffective in a game called Assassin's Creed is, well, that's not good to see. And this is what I mean, right? Because in Screen Rant's case anyway, this means they just focused on playing Yasuke exclusively going forward. So then they just got him better stuff and then mostly ignored Naoe, and like they say in that excerpt, at that point they weren't even playing in an Assassin's Creed game anymore, but pretty much God of War, only, worse. This was one of my biggest fears for this game, which is that the action of Yasuke would eventually overtake Naoe's stealth options. And this is why the hero should only be one person, because then you can just do both, and the game doesn't need to split their resources like this. It's all so bizarre to me, man. Like, how did we go from Odyssey or Valhalla to this? I do pray if Assassin's Creed does exist in the future that they never do dual protagonists ever again, because it's clearly not needed. Like, imagine you're playing a Final Fantasy game start to finish, like Final Fantasy 16. But Clive can only attack and not use his spells or other magical powers, but then you need to switch to Jill or something to do that instead. But it also needs a loading screen to happen, and now you can only use magic, and now melee combat is off the table. Like, what is even the point? You know what I mean? Again, just so many bizarre decisions that are on hand here. I'm not attacking the devs, Ubisoft. Calm down. Again, these decisions were okayed by your higher-ups. The devs are just doing what they're told here. Anyway, Screen Rant continues by claiming. And so this combat-oriented Assassin's Creed game soon becomes a cakewalk, even on the hardest difficulty mode. They also say the game overuses finisher animations, which drags on each enemy kill. Maybe they can patch in an option to have those happen less frequently, I guess? Or who knows, maybe the option is already there and Screen Rant didn't know about it, no idea yet. Regardless, this just seems like yet again another massive oversight on their part, but that's not all. Despite the rejection of stealth mechanics due to annoyances and, brain-dead easy combat, Screen Rant also says that Shadow's World of Japan has a lot of unclimbable areas and many slippery slopes that oftentimes nudges the player towards just taking the main road to their next destination, rather than exploring off the beaten path because the world keeps funneling you in like a toddler. I'm sure this is not the case all the time,
That sucks. Like, not only is the guided, type of game or whatever, it's not, it takes away the feeling of open world if you can't just be kind of like, off to the side, running around on the beaten path. And I know that I think this Assassin's Creed wasn't supposed to be open world anyway, but still, like, you don't have, if you're taking away open world, you don't have to also make me go on the main path the entire time. Let me like run through the trees and ish. Like, as a matter of fact, add a mechanic where I can like jump from tree to tree, like a ninja or something, like you know what I'm saying? Like a ninja should be able to jump from tree to tree. I can travel in through there instead of just traveling on the main road. But no, it looks like they're trying to force you to just walk on the main road. How boring is that? Come on, now it's supposed to be an Assassin's Creed game in Japan. It's supposed to be y'all fuck this up.
But again, this doesn't inspire hope in me for this game, especially when you consider that Ghost of Tsushima, which came out 5 years ago, mind you, not only
I kind of want to play that. Ghost of Tsushima. I never played it. Kind of want to play it.
looks better than Shadows, but also doesn't limit you like that and gives you the option to just kind of, run wherever you want. Again, so many bizarre design decisions on hand if these reviews are to be believed. Screen Rant also compares Shadows to Rise of the Ronin and says that Ronin solved many of the issues of the open world design that Ubisoft still hasn't done here. Which is very weird considering, if I'm not mistaken, Rise of the Ronin is like the first true open world game from that studio that made it. While Ubisoft has been making basically nothing but open world games for the past 15 years or more. It just shows a lack of innovation. They end their review with this, but many of Shadow's systems seem only serviceable where they should be exceptional. Shadows plays it too safe when it comes to its easier difficulty, its lack of story surprises, and its tried and tested combat and gameplay features. Overall, they gave Shadows a 7 out of 10, as you can see in the top right of this image here. I'll leave this on screen for a second in case you want to read the pros and cons yourself.
I bet. So, pros. A beautiful visual presentation of historic Japan through 4 distinct seasons. I'm sure it was visually beautiful, but it's probably historically inaccurate as all hell. Strong character concepts for the 2 lead, especially Yasuke. Anyway, not gonna touch that. Tighter open world choring with less fluff overall than the Assassin's Creed RPG trilogy. Okay. So the game was more focused on what it was supposed to be doing, on like just quests and stuff, or had an open world choring. Well, I thought this game wasn't supposed to be open world to begin with. Like, I thought it was supposed to be like semi-open world, or like just have a feeling of open world, but not actually be open world. You know what I'm saying? I thought I heard that from somewhere, but maybe I was wrong. All right, cons. Mostly uninteresting side activities with disappointing rewards. Oh. So the side quests suck. Overly easy combat and a whole lot of So it's like a hack and slash almost. Like if you're playing Yasuke, it's probably just hack and slash. Strangely impenetrable forests and wilderness areas, which hampers self-directed routes outside of the main road. A lack of innovative gadgetry or mechanical surprises. And that's the part he was talking about, I guess, where he said that it kind of just pushes you back towards the main road, so you can't really like explore on your own.
But generally speaking, the consensus with Shadows is kind of all over the place. Some people loved the game, others hated it. One YouTuber by the name of Legacy Killer HD had this to say with his review of Shadows. I did not enjoy Assassin's Creed Shadows combat and exploration.
I think it's been a minute because I'm not even sure if I remember your name. What's good though?
It felt restrictive and unbalanced, story mostly boring. The dual protagonist never clicked for me, as one is far more enjoyable to play but is hamstrung by baffling design. Yep, that is not good, guys. I figured Ubisoft would probably want to give the game only to people who they thought would be slam dunks, and they're probably looking at that review like, God damn, man, what the hell did we just do there? Overall, as of this video posting anyways,
he turned on us, boys. We was hoping he would give us a good review. But he turned on us. We made the wrong decision.
Shadows has an 82 on Metacritic, lower than I expected, to be real with you. I kind of figured it would be maybe 85 or higher considering how much was riding on this, but that's where it's at.
Why?
Oh, and I guess if you care, IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, but
Ew.
they also gave Veilguard a 9, by the way, for comparison, so I really wouldn't believe them. So this is not filling me with confidence there, fellas, I gotta admit.
Do you think they paid the reviewers, like just like bribed them, gave them some money for them to like give them a better score than they would have actually given them? Do you think they did that? I'm not saying they did, but I'm just curious, you know?
But I guess if Ubisoft doesn't like these reviews, they can just, sue everybody and claim that it's harassment because they're allegedly threatening legal action if you talk bad about their games.
All right, Drake.
This is from Fandom Pulse. Report: Ubisoft has team that includes lawyers that is monitoring social media posts for alleged harassment over Assassin's Creed Shadows. This rumor, that went viral everywhere pretty much, originated from a French website called BMFTV from a journalist named Melinda Devon Soulis, who claimed that Ubisoft has set up a big legal team to comb social media feeds, and I guess YouTubers too, to ensure that nobody harasses Ubisoft, the game, as in Shadows, or the devs, or they will be sued into oblivion. A lot of people went immediately, ooh,
Harassing, aka don't talk bad about our game, or we're gonna sue you.
Demion and Grums will get sued. Oh, if they talk about Shadows negatively, oh, the horror, oh no, which is, well, yes, but actually no, let me explain. You see, this is not what they mean by suing for harassment, because you can't sue someone for talking poorly about your video game, which is a big reason as to why I plan to buy Shadows and then review it myself, because then if I buy a copy and just report on what I see in the game and, show you via my own gameplay that I record myself, then I am not harassing Ubisoft, but simply showing you in video format what I've seen within this game that I bought legally with my schmeckles from my own wallet. So,
Are people, for the first thing I want to say is, are people using the word schmeckles now because, like, not just because of Rick and Morty, but also because, like, someone like Moist Critical uses it? Probably not, but anyway. Secondly, this is what I mean. Like, I get why he's saying he's going to buy it and play it. Basically, he kind of has to, so he can just have that excuse. But other people who don't use that as a reason are just and just buy it and play it, just like hate buy and play and trying to get content out of it. Those are the ones that need to vote with their time, attention, and money. Stop giving these bad games and bad shows and everything false numbers. Like, don't do that. We don't need them trying to make an Assassin's Creed Shadows 2.
So some may say, oh, why support Ubisoft? Well, I bought Veilguard and I reviewed it too, and this will be the same. And would you claim that I was harassing BioWare when I just reported to you guys in video form as to what was in that game, and then showed you examples from my own gameplay and everything else? No, of course not. Because I didn't attack BioWare's devs. I just showed you what was in the game and went, hey, there's a lot of transgender stuff in here for some reason, and the stories and the characters kind of suck, and then I just showed you the proof. And there's a big difference here between who or what Ubisoft can sue based on these claims, like, for example. And no, I'm not saying do this, and nobody take this as a real example that I'm gonna do, but let's just say that I somehow decided one day to target a game developer of Shadow specifically by name. Okay. And then I told my followers to go attack them, which I'm not doing, but let's just say hypothetically. And then it gets out of control and say the dev is then doxxed. That's grounds for suing, yes. However, if you even have one brain...
So what I'm hearing is you want us to go and attack one of the devs. I got you. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
...brain cell in your brain, you'd know in many of my videos in the past, I never tell my viewers to ever harass anyone, no matter what the case. Nothing. I don't care if they attack me or try to defame me like CD Projekt Red CEO tried to when he said there was no DEI in his company. So then I was forced to expose them and then he got roasted by the internet. But the point is, I don't want you guys to attack anyone. The best course of action when it comes to video games, movies, or really anything else is just to watch live streams, videos, read people's posts, and get a general feel for things yourself. The entire Gamergate thing has been so effective because all people have to do is pretty much nothing at all, let's be real. They just don't have to buy the slop. That's the easiest form of retaliation that...
That's what I'm saying! And yet, I get why he's gonna buy it because he's got a good reason for it. But when YouTubers and streamers who don't want to support Ubisoft and don't want to support the game, but they buy it just to make content out of it, they're the ones I'm kind of annoyed with.
It actually hurts these business practices and their ideologies in the long run. Anyway, if talking bad about a game you've played is grounds for being sued, then hypothetically, every single negative review, or think piece, rant, or video essay about anything on the internet despite the topic should then be removed and then sued into the nether realm then. But we know that's not how the world works. Some people actually think if you talk bad about a game that you can be sued. No, that's not how any of this goes. If that was allowed, it would just bleed into other things. Like imagine going to a restaurant and then your food sucks and then going, hey, my food sucks. And the chef bursts through the door and goes, I'm suing you for not liking my crappy food.
Yeah. How dare you not like the shit I serve, the shit on a plate that I serve you? You better lawyer up, buddy. I'm suing.
Sorry, buddy, that's not how that works. However, if you ate the bad food and then decided to run into the back of the restaurant and start performing WWE moves on the chef without their consent, yeah, that's physical assault, obviously. Look, the point here is that people have proven once again that they do not in fact know how to read things from a critical perspective. Here's what part of that original article said. An online harassment plan was even presented to the CSC to accompany the release of the game and protect employees. Key point there, guys. Protect employees, not Ubisoft. This means Ubisoft is not going to sue you or try to get you deplatformed for not liking Shadows or calling out their historical inaccuracies in game.
It protects the employees, not the actual company.
Because they know that they have no legal ground to twerk on to make that a reality. However, if you decided to dox the, writer of the game and then go and physically assault them, yeah, obviously you're going to get charged. Like, duh, that's a no-brainer. Come on, guys, let's not be stupid here. I never tell anyone to harass these people. Because the fact that your historical accuracy is bad in Shadows is not your grunt-level game designer's fault. It's Ubisoft, as in the top brass. These AAA companies, they work like a pyramid. Everything from the bottom can't go forward until it's sent through the proper channels all the way to the top of the pyramid for review. And then once the top reviews it and approves it, then it can be made. So is the fact the game having historical inaccuracies the grunt dev's fault or the people?
Wait, so while you're escaping on the roof, they can't remember the guards, the security, they can't chase you on the roof. They can't climb. They suck. The enemy shinobi can't follow you onto the roofs. So, but they will. It seems they throw stuff at you. So maybe they're trying to knock you down. Get down from there so I can arrest you or attack you. I'm afraid of heights. I can't chase you.
Is the fact the game having historical inaccuracies the grunt dev's fault or the people at the top of the pyramid? Use your brain. You know the answer. I don't need to say it.
The
article's in French, but Fandom Pulse translated it here, where it then further says, this team will provide psychological as well as potential legal support for employees who are allegedly targeted. Davan Sules reported that the team will be monitoring posts to X and Reddit as well as YouTube videos. It also has lawyers ready to lodge complaints in the event of a proven harassment situation. You see what I mean? They're protecting the employees, which is fair enough, but I don't see a reason here to even go after any employee of Ubisoft if I'm being real with you guys. There's like, what, 8?
The devs are just doing their jobs, and like it's the upper management that's, Anyway, don't go after them either.
18,000 employees worldwide at Ubisoft right now. There's no reason to target any of them. The only time I think it's justifiable to push back against employees is if, say, when, Matt Hansen, the art director of Avowed, if you remember that, how he openly admitted to only hiring people who weren't white and called everyone pro-Trump supporters, and they kind of meant it in like a mean way. At that point, I think we can agree.
I remember hearing about that, which is so messed up. I mean, that's just racism towards white people. He's like, or you could say he wants to be the only white guy and just be in charge of a bunch of minorities. So he can feel, like they did back in the day.
That person is not really an employee. They are actively attacking their consumer base. And then honestly, if we use the same tactics against them, you could then sue Matt Hansen for attacking you and causing you emotional distress. But as long as you keep your criticisms lodged at Shadows as a commercial product, mind you, you're fine. Otherwise, even Legacy Killa HD's mini review there that he posted on X, or I guess YouTube as well, is bad then because he didn't like the game. And then what are you gonna do? Sue him because he didn't like what they made? You know what this will just do if Ubisoft tries to push this further, right? It'll just make people not want to support them in the future even less than they do now. Because why would ordinary customers want to buy something from a company that is trying to strong arm any criticism or legit complaints against them with legal action? You're just giving the people who don't like you even more reason to justify themselves in not supporting you further. They also state here that one alleged employee said we're advised not to post on social media that we work at Ubisoft to avoid harassment. Again, I'll say this so everyone hears it. Do not harass Ubisoft employees. There's
no one should be harassing them. But it's fun. I think it's funny that they had to be advised not to let people on social media know that they work at Ubisoft just so they can avoid harassment. Like y'all's upper management really had to tell y'all that? So you're telling me they knew they were fucking up badly and they just ignored that and still went ahead and fucked up badly? Makes sense.
no point to do that. Don't harass some level designer or someone who is tasked with doing audio design. What's the point? But if you buy a game with your own money and have problems with the product that you bought, which is what exactly I did with Veilguard in the past, they can't sue you for not being happy with the product that you paid for. Like I said, this entire thing comes off to some people as some big gotcha when it really isn't. Unless I weaponize my following to attack some, I don't know, cinematic designer, then sure, this entire thing then can happen, but we're not going to do that. And since I'm not stupid, well, I am a little, but not that stupid, I would never tell my following to do anything like that ever. Look, we're at a critical point here when it comes to the culture war stuff. It's where bad actors will try to dissuade and then use tactics to dismantle movements from within. It's always attempted with confusion and fear tactics, but everybody, you just need to relax here. If you go and make a joke about Shadows, Ubisoft can't sue you. Just don't attack their developers. And I also implore everyone to be vigilant to look out for bait as well, because I guarantee you that Ubisoft will try to bait YouTubers or other social media accounts into some harassment campaign against some developer. For no other reason than because they can then use that and go, see, they are evil and they are harassing game developers, and these people are so bad you should not support them anymore, and now we're gonna sue them. The point here is that everyone collectively just needs to be smart about things going forward. You need to keep a leveled head and understand where the lies are spewing from, and then be critical and understanding enough to figure out if what is being said is legit or just actual bait to
The game does look good visually. It just sucks that the game is trash.
get you into some sort of, fixed gotcha. I have no doubt that Ubisoft employees are nervous about this game's release. I would be too if your employers have lost 90% of their value and are trying to sell their IPs off to other companies to stay afloat. But the reality is that the likelihood of Ubisoft staying around like they are now in the future, it is very slim. And Ubisoft likely knows their own
The random picture of Slim Shady
game won't save them either, because they're so far into the red already that they need a legit miracle to save them here. I think, personally, Shadows will sell fine. Maybe not amazing, but fine. I think it will break 1 million copies in a few days, but that'll be on brand recognition alone. I mean, come on, this is Assassin's Creed. But this game does need to break somewhere in the upper millions of copies sold to even break even. And with this decent but not amazing critical response that we're seeing, frankly, it is going to be an uphill battle for them. So like I said, I'll be reviewing this when it comes out. When this video releases initially, I think Shadows is like a day away from release. But in my future content, I will just try to use my own footage of the game, like I did with Veilguard, to show my experience with the game. And if Ubisoft tries to sue me or anyone else for simply talking about a video game that I bought with my own money and want to express my God-given right to my free speech, they already know they aren't in the right, no matter how much mental gymnastics they try to swing through. But as it stands right now, things look very rocky for them. I'll definitely have a follow-up to this in the future soon. But what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments.
Honestly, I'm surprised he thinks it'll even sell 1 million. But yeah, he's right. It is, you know, Assassin's Creed, so I guess it would be just on brand recognition only. So, but still, like, how many copies will they sell but just have returned, like, but within the period of time that's allowed to do a return? Also, I like I said, I think the game looks good visually. It's got, the graphics are good, but like, from everything that I've heard about Ubisoft doing, with what Ubisoft is doing with the game, and kind of disrespecting Japan, how hard they are, I don't want to play it. Also, Yasuke was not a samurai. Fuck you. But anyway, I do want to do one more video on Assassin's Creed Shadows because I want to see, you know, what the Japanese government thinks about it and things like that. So, yeah, tune in next time, I guess. But anyway, as always, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And as always, links to the video and link to the channel we just watched will both be in the description below. So be sure to check out Endymion TV. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for wait, that's the wrong outro. Peace. I'll just say that. All right, let's find the other one. I want to see what the Japanese government thinks about it, if I can find a video on it. Yep, found it, because I knew there was one.
We're gonna go ahead and
Asmongold did a reaction to it, so I just gotta find that video.
This is really happening.
Alright. Let's get it. So, Japan's prime minister is mad about Ubisoft. And with the recent release of Assassin's Creed Shadows, pretty sure we know why. You know what I'm saying? So I found this video because I noticed that Asmongold found it. And so I just went to the video that he reacted to. And we're going to watch the original one. And yeah, I'm going to get my thoughts on it. I haven't seen the video, but I'm about to. Join me on this wild ride. Anyway, let's get it. As always, links to the video, links to the channel will both be in the description below. And be sure to subscribe to my channel to help your boy get to 1,000 by the end of the year. All right, peace. Let's get it.
Japanese Prime Minister. This is really happening. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba is not happy about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's watch this.
この今言ういわゆる朝栗問題ということについてお伺いしたいんですが。
Did you hear that? He said Asakuri issue, meaning we Japanese keep on talking about this all the time. So Asakuri issue, he didn't explain about Asakuri issue, right? Because everyone knows.
明日3月20日にですね、発売予定のフランスの UBI ソフトの株式会社制作のゲームソフトのアサシンクリードシャドウズにですね、ついてなんですけど、海外で先行プレイの動画が YouTube でアップされておりまして、それを拝見いたしますと、
That video that went to really viral.
Oh yeah, that one. The one where Yasuke is in a shrine destroying all of the things that's in the shrine. And like, the Japanese take their shrines very seriously. Like, you know, it's kind of like one of the basis of their culture in a way, I want to say. But yeah, this video of Yasuke, just a black guy going around destroying shit, like, we already had Giant Somali doing shit like that in Japan. Maybe not shit exactly like that, but he was already trying to quote unquote terrorize Japan. We don't need Ubisoft releasing a game where there is another black guy that's doing worse shit. But they don't care about Japan. Ubisoft does not care about Japan. I always compare Ubisoft to Giant Somali, and because they both just don't care about Japan and they want to like shit on it.
And I was surprised that there's a lot of people who think that's okay. I think most of people doesn't know that's the shrine and the altar, I guess. But a lot of Japanese people feel offended about that video.
いたて
Also, I want to say that like I know for Americans, you guys might not really see this as a huge deal, but like the Japanese and are serious about their culture and their history. You know, they have a very rich culture history, and it's like the society itself is like people don't like to be different. But they take their shit seriously. I know here in America, like Christianity isn't really taken seriously. Most religions aren't really taken seriously, and like, well, not most religions, but I mean, like here in America, like Americans, like most American religions and things like that, not really taken seriously. And so you might not think that this is a huge issue, but for the Japanese government and for the Japanese people, this is the destruction of this shrine,
but
is
a lot of
a huge issue.
Japanese people feel offended about that video.
いたて氷津シュラインと実名で私の兵庫県の姫路市の入間の国奏者いたて氷津神社が登場します。ゲームの中でですね、主人公の侍は刀を振り回して拝殿内で太鼓や神教祭壇を粉砕しまして、そして境内にいる向こうの民や神職とおもしき人物などを切りつけ弓を射ったりするような乱暴狼藉ができるようになっています。
Yeah, that's the thing. They can just disable it, but they made it object that breakable.
私はこの話を聞いてです。
That's true. Like, yeah, for development wise, they could have made it just you can't harm the objects in the shrine, like unbreakable, just like invincible. It's just their decoration. You can't interact with it. But Ubisoft decided to make it breakable and add that destruction into it. So let's see. I'm not sure what other video that was I reacted to, but in that video, and I'm pretty sure they said something like it's like going into your friends or someone coming into your house and with their muddy shoes on and just like running around through your house and like destroying shit. How would you feel about that? In my opinion, it's to give you a visual of it. It's exactly like it's here to give you a visual of it. It's pretty much like this.
Ouch, nigga, fuck your couch. Darknesses.
That's what Ubisoft is did to Japan, except a lot worse.
ですね、ちょっと地元の神社でもありますので直接宮司さんにお話を伺いました。当該ゲーム会社からは神社に対しまして名称の使用許可などの連絡は一切なかったということであります。他にも奈良の東大寺などの寺社や古墳
didn't even reach out for permission to use the shrine's likeness or name or anything like that. They just did that shit.
などのいわば具体的な映像とか肖像がですね無許可で使用されております。本日はですね、大串正樹経産副大臣にお越しいただいておりますが、国内外問わずゲームを楽しむユーザーというのは年々増加しておりますが、ゲーム等における固有施設の映像などをですね無許可で使用することについてご見解をお伺いしたいと思います。
経済産業省大串副大臣。
This is just kind of insider note. I know some people that send me this video. So, they didn't use word of Yasuke. Can't talk about it that detail, but something really scared concerns me. It's that there's an unspoken rule. You cannot cause other trouble to other ministries. I heard they can't use word of Yasuke in here. If we were Japanese, I think this is one of the biggest concern. And they decided to not to mention about Yasuke. That's what they told me. But my concern is that which ministry get trouble if they use what?
That is, I mean, if you think about it, they did say the main character, the samurai, They did refrain from using his name. So
What are we asking here? As a Japanese, that's one of the biggest concern. What's going on, really?
お答えいたします。一般的なゲーム制作におきまして、現存する固有名詞等を商用利用する際には、その知的財産を有する個人や団体等に許可を得る必要があるものと認識をしております。知的財産を無許諾で利用されているケースにおきましては、個別の事情によるものであるため、当事者間で協議されるものと承知をしております。その上で、神社側等から相談がございましたら、関係省庁と連携しつつ適切に対応してまいりたいというふうに思います。
So that's kind of like they kind of like broke overseas laws. I'm pretty sure it's the same that Ubisoft has the same laws in America as well. Maybe not, but if Japan's like, no, you can't do that without that, and you're making a game based in Japan, I mean, you at least try to like follow their laws when it comes to game creation, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
ひろゆき君。
ありがとうございます。今の答弁ありましたようにですね、やっぱり無許可で使用するということは本当にいけないことだと思いますし、本当にこのことについては私もしっかりと注視していきたいと思っております。それでですね、それに伴いまして昨今、コロナ禍の影響も薄れまして、観光客が急回復しまして、各地でオーバーツーリズムによるさまざまな問題が生じております。中に神社の鳥居によじ登ったりですね、神社の石柱へ落書きするなど観光客
Like that girl who was doing pull-ups on the shrine.
の
I mean, not shrine, the Torii Gate.
行為は観光公害とも言える事態であります。
That's also something I've been talking about on my channel. We have a lot of foreigners who do that. I gotta be honest. Just because they think Japanese won't fight back, Japanese won't say anything, or they're taking advantage of Japanese politeness or kindness, or even shyness. And it's very natural that as a Japanese, if you see that game, we feel like, oh, they can do that because they think Japanese won't say no.
私は当該のゲーム
And of course it sucks that people are looking to take advantage of that. Like that's messed up. Like if you know a group of people are peaceful and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with their shit because they're not gonna do anything to me. Like, what's that say about you as a person? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of evil, in my opinion.
ゲーム機の中で、NPC、ノンプレイヤーキャラクターっていうものに対してとかですね、承諾された承諾なく使用された施設の映像の中で攻撃や破壊する行為が現実世界で模倣される迷惑行為につながるんではないかと懸念しております。
I mean, I'd say no, because that's kind of like just saying, because games are violent, people will be violent. That's not really the case. So I'd like to say no, but like there are, nuanced streamers that have been popping up before Assassin's Creed Shadows was released or was talked about. So, but I see the concern, but I'd like to say no. It wouldn't inspire that.
先ほどの神社の宮司さんや関係者の皆様もそれを心配されておりました。もちろんですけど、これ申し上げたいのは表現の自由というものはもちろん尊重されなければいけません。だが一方でですね、長い間地域の方々に培われた文化に対しまして敬意を持って接する、その土地の文化を軽んじる行為は私は慎むということは大事なことだと考えております。例えばですけど長年経緯やですね信仰されてきたフランスのノートルダム大聖堂とかですねイスラム教のコーランなどにですね礼を失するようなですね、映像を使われていたらどんな気持ちにその現地の人たちはなるか、これはもう言わずがもがなでございます。
Right.
本当にこれは
Do we even have a place in America where Americans would be like, if this place was disrespected, the whole country would feel some type of way? I don't think we do. It's like even with like the 9/11, I mean, let's be real. Some people, not everybody was really worried or concerned about that because it was mostly like, yeah, people did talk about it. It was talked about for a very long time, and people mourned, and lives were lost. But how long did the feeling of, if any, the feeling of, we've been completely disrespected, but like, maybe like I know there was because I know there was like a lot of people that are in power that felt that, but as the American citizens, like the entire country, like did the entire country itself feel disrespected? I'd say like the government did, but when it comes to the entire country, I'm sure there was a lot of people that felt some type of way, but I feel like the majority of people were just like, damn, that happened. Okay. I don't know.
私思うんですけども、総理就任後初のお国入りにですね、まず地元の八頭町の渡神社を参拝しました石破総理にお伺いしたいんですけども、ゲーム SNS 等によりまして多文化を軽んじる行為やそれに伴う観光公害についてご所見をお伺いしたいと思います。
石破内閣総理大臣。
これを法的にどうするかということにつきましては、経産省あるいは文科省あるいは外務省とよく協議をしてまいりたいと思っておりますが、神社に落書きするなんぞというのはもってのほかの話であってですね。
Oh, this just happened. That happened before.
In 2024?
それはもうその国に対する侮辱に他ならない。私はもう
For people to actually want to do graffiti in a shrine, to actually disgrace a shrine, bro, I think it's a good idea. That's some Logan Paul level shit, bro. That's some evil shit.
思っておるところでございます。で、自衛隊をイラクサマーワに出しますときに、もちろんイスラム教を信じるとかそういう話ではありませんが、イスラム教のしきたりとか、そういうものは現地に派遣される自衛官たちにきちんと習得していくようにということをお願いをいたしました。例えば料理を全部食べちゃわないといけないって、日本ではみんな食べないと申し訳ないみたいなことがありますが、じゃあ他の国では全部食べちゃうと足りなかったという意思表示になってなんと失礼なということになるとかですね。それは表層的なものかもしれませんが、少なくともその国の文化とか宗教とかそういうものに対する尊敬の念を持つということは私は当然のことだと思っておりますし、そうでなければ外交というのもできないと思っております。
Here you go. He said that without that respect, diplomacy doesn't work.
Right.
Ubisoft. Listen, this is our prime minister. Not just one unknown grifter is talking. Japanese prime minister is speaking.
のことだと思っておりますし、そうでなければ外交というのもできないと思って。
The prime minister is like president. And he's like, without that, diplomacy doesn't work. Without respect of other people's traditions and culture and religion, diplomacy doesn't work. So I feel like it's almost like saying, when with Ubisoft putting this game out, there is no diplomacy with them. If Ubisoft was its own little island, not attached to America, Japan might be like, you know what, fuck you, and let's go into war.
のことだと思っておりますし、そうでなければ外交というのもできないと思っております。我が国としてそういうことを率先垂範していかねばなりませんし、仮にもそういう行為がオーバーツーリズムもそうですが、そういうことがあったら泣き寝入りはしないと。日本国民としてこういうことは許さないということも発信をしていくことは極めて重要なことだと考えておるところでございます。
原博之君。
I feel relieved, but please do something.
まさに総理のおっしゃる通りで有形無形の文化とか風習というものに対してですね、やっぱりこれは お互いがお互い敬意を持ってやらなければ私もいけないと思っております。先ほどの当該ゲームソフトにおいては、日本の部分の文化というものとか施設というものとか、無許可でしかもそういう形で破壊できるようになっている。じゃあ他国の部分はどうなのかというと、それはできないようになっている。なぜ日本だけなっているのかとかですね。これもやっぱり私問題だと。
Wait. There's representation of other countries within the game of Assassin's Creed Shadows that you can't break or destroy, but you can break or destroy the Japanese stuff, the Japanese shrines. Ubisoft, what was you smoking on?
思うんですね。この点についても全てが全てっていうんではなく、なぜ日本だけということについても、私は疑問を持っている一人でございます。そのことについてもまた引き続きですね、なかなか表現の自由と絡めたお話であるかもしれませんが、誤った意味での表現の自由というのは私は許されないと思いますので、ぜひともその点につきましてはまた経産省ともども外務省についてもご協力をお願いしたいと思っております。
ありがとうございます。Yeah, do you remember when I said like a butterfly effect, like when my video was deleted? And because of that video, a lot of people reacted. Because of a lot of people reacted and like the making the wave, right? I was inspired some couple of videos and I started making a video because I see a lot of comments a lot of Japanese comments that was called racist or liar, you are not Japanese or kind of stuff. And I made that video, the first video of Assassin's Creed. And after I made Assassin's Creed Shadow video in English, a lot of people in the West talking about it, or Japanese is actually mad. And then everyone's small voices became really big and finally reached to Prime Minister. But it's not finished yet. Let's see what they can do. And I'll do what I can do. You do what you can do. You have a happy day today. Bye.
All right. So it's at least it's reached, Prime Minister's his ears, his concern. He's become aware. So let's see what Japan does. I'm curious. Like I said it before, I say it again. I think it would be funny if Japan ended up banning the Assassin's Creed Shadows game from their country. Like, it would be funny to me if a game that's based in Japan gets banned from Japan. And I know like Assassin's Creed Shadows is already out and stuff, so like how can you implement that and like make people return it, or make people like delete the game from there, like if people in Japan already have it. But anyway, I'm curious to see what they will do, and I hope it's impressive. Like, they shouldn't really stand for Ubisoft to get away with this. They shouldn't let that happen. So anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. As always, links to the channel we just watched, link to the video we both put in the description below. So be sure to visit Shohei Kondo. Yeah, I think I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching. You know what to do. Don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace, and much love to you. All right. Good video. That's enough about Assassin's Creed for now. I got 2 more videos I want to react to. I want to check out. This first one. This next video. Have you seen Captain America, like the new one with the black Captain America? I haven't. I probably won't, just because it doesn't really feel like it's my type of video. I don't think I'm gonna care. But the actor has come out in an interview saying how there is a war on masculinity, and he talks about it. Now, real quick, let me remind you that this same actor who the same actor who said who played Captain America, the same actor who said the things that he did about the war on masculinity that we're getting ready to check out. He also said, let me put this over here. He also came out and said this while he was on, I think this was Wendy Williams. He was on some type of talk show, and he also said this. So let me show you that real quick. Hold on.
A sandwich.
I'm gonna try not to blush.
If he wants a sandwich, you make Daddy a sandwich.
Most of the time.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
You punch him in the face.
you want me to smack him in his mouth, right?
That's right.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
So you make Daddy a sandwich.
I think if he wants a sandwich.
Okay, so that's as you can see, he's not some just blue pill beta. I guess you the people in the red pill space would say, but he has a stance. You know, he's taking a stance where it comes to, you know, masculinity and how important it is. And now we're gonna watch this video by Rev Says Des that talks about Captain America actor Blast War on Masculinity. As always, link to the video and link to the channel will both be in the description below. Be sure to check out Rev. But before you go do that, subscribe to my channel. Help your boy get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So as if the stuff we covered in yesterday's video about the Snow White live adaptation was not enough for Disney, there's another round of controversies affecting them. In this case, 3 different ones that we're going to cover in this video. One involving the She-Hulk actress who is once again mocking and attacking fans of her failed Marvel series. And then we're going to be looking at some very disappointing numbers for the new Daredevil series, which is getting a lot of help from the media trying to spin the narrative in a positive light.
I remember watching a Daredevil movie or something like that, and it was just not good. Daredevil himself seems like I don't really care about the superhero. You feel me? Maybe that's why I didn't really. I'm not interested in it, because Daredevil is not really a cool superhero, in my opinion. Yeah, it's cool that he can do what he does, but he's not really exciting for me to watch.
But first, we're going to begin with some very interesting comments made by the star of Captain America Brave New World, that is Anthony Mackie. We've talked about him on the channel before. He was on a podcast recently and raised several discussions that I think will be very important for anyone watching this video, and has generated controversy once again, but not all of it is bad. In fact, I think overall it's some pretty good looks for him, and by consequence, Disney and Captain America Brave New World. Okay. Now let's get a little a bow on this movie right here. It seems like it's grinding to a halt in terms of box office numbers. Right now we're sitting at $372 million worldwide, which is quite the disappointment when it's alleged that the budget might have been as high as $400 million, which was ballooned by the fact that there was a lot of reshoots for this movie. And if you do the traditional system here where you have to make 2.5 times your budget to start turning a profit, you can do the math here, right? They're not even in the same stratosphere as that number they need. But of course, the media's been trying to spin it in a positive.
Well, for me, Captain America is also just not really a fun superhero. I don't really care about him either. Even when the other guy, the white guy, was playing Captain America for all those older Marvel movies, I didn't really care. I'm just not a fan of Captain America. So that's why I didn't see this one.
Light. They've been trying to claim that the budget was only $180 million, which was stated by Disney. And people are saying, well, how could Disney lie? They were talking to the shareholders. That would be illegal. Well, Disney has a history of trying to mislead their investors and mislead the public by giving very vague statements about their budgets to try to generate some positive PR.
They want you to think they're still big dick energy. That's what it is. They want you to think they're still popping.
In this case, that $180 million budget was said very open-endedly. Basically, that could have been the original budget, that could have been the reshoot budget, it could have been a number of things, and that's why they're saying a very generic way of how they came across this $180 million, and all of the media is running with it and trying to make this positive spin for the movie, which, by the way, even if it was $180 million, they still haven't made the break-even point, even with that number. So keep that in mind. But speaking of the media, we covered this in a video about a month ago. Anthony Mackie made some very controversial comments about his role as Captain America in this latest film. He said that Captain America...
Now why are people mad?
...doesn't represent America, right? And that caused a firestorm of controversy. He tried to walk it back literally like the next day. That didn't really work, and it was a very bad PR moment for this film. But overall, as we know, this film is struggling, but still Mackie put on a good performance. It just wasn't a very...
To me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. I think I remember hearing about this, but so what he thinks Captain America represents is like the will to do what's right, pretty much, and like to help people out wherever you can. Like, I think that's what he said it was, which extends far beyond being just an American, because everybody has that will.
Enticing story to a lot of people. It really didn't resonate that much. But right now, people are once again talking about Anthony Mackie, and by consequence, Disney and this film, because of his appearance on a podcast called The Pivot, and this is run by some NFL guys, and they talked with Mackie about a whole host of issues, but there's two in particular that are going viral via clips on Twitter.
Okay.
And I think they're very important to talk about for anyone watching this video. This first one is his comments about what he considers like the death of American masculinity. And this is something that is perpetuated on a very wide scale.
I'm going to say that feminism killed it. The new fourth wave feminism is probably what, in my opinion, is what killed, masculinity, because it suddenly became bad to be masculine. People even run around saying that everything was toxic masculinity. And so if a man showed any type of masculine energy, people would just call them toxic and just, pretty much put them in a bad light. And so I guess that kind of helped, if not caused, the death of masculinity. I'm sure there was a bunch of different other different reasons, but that's what I'm saying.
In our society, and I think his comments are very, very interesting. Let's give it a listen.
I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. My boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Mm-hmm. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out.
Also, that's kind of like it would affect his image. He said, don't do anything stupid. Like, if his kids are going around acting stupid and being like let's say his kids were people like Neon and Jack Doherty, like if they acted like that, or like Logan Paul, like that reflects bad on him as a father. Like, you can't raise your kids correctly, bro. Like, you got them out here doing this type of ish. So, yeah,
it's true.
So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always, since they were 2 years old.
That's how my parents raised me. Feels good. Feels good. I'm glad they ain't the only one.
Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men.
We gotta handle shit.
Colossal W right there. If it's not obvious already, I agree 100% with what he's saying. There has been a war on masculinity, especially in America, for a very long time, for many different reasons. And from,
by the way, off topic, I would like to think. Obviously, this is probably wrong, I'm probably wrong as fuck. But I would like to think that Rev is actually a girl, but using a voice changer to sound like a guy. You know, because the consensus is that all the female VTuber avatars are just dudes using voice changers. Rev is flipping the script. You just don't know it yet. He's playing chess while you're playing checkers. Or she's playing chess while you're playing checkers.
from many different sources. And I think this is an important conversation if you're watching this as a man. And that's 90% of you anyways. We have a 90-10 ratio, which, by the way, it used to be only a year or two ago, a 95-5 ratio. And now we've spun it to 90-10. I mean, call me Mr. Inclusivity, I know. But anyways, whether you're a man watching this or a woman watching this, I think this is a very important conversation. One thing I want to make very clear before I get into a few points here, just because we're saying these values should be, you know, treated with some sort of weights, it doesn't mean if you don't follow these values exactly, you're doing something wrong. This is more about no longer demonizing what many would consider masculine traits or mannerisms. And that's what's been going on for decades, or even arguably even longer than that, if you want to get technical. Here's the issue. This attack on masculinity, calling things toxic masculinity, what have you, has been going on from many different sources, including at times the government, society at large, the media, social media, and even in places like Hollywood and even Disney. I mean, we've seen a lot of this from Disney. They're trying to basically have a change in their identity. They're having an identity crisis at Disney right now.
Especially with like Rachel Zegler and the Snow White thing, talking about how they could, they might remove all the male characters' lines from the movie and that type of ish, and how the movie is no longer about true love's first kiss and all that. Instead, it's about a boss bitch type it. Nah, man.
They're realizing all of the woke garbage they've been doing for years and years is not paying off, and they're trying to pivot. But then again, at the same time, just 2 days ago, you have headlines like this from Pedro Pascal and Oscar Isaac. They cuddled as progressive media proceeds to lose its mind, hails Hollywood snuggle as a strike back against toxic masculinity.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, what? We're gonna snuggle as a strike against toxic masculinity. Two guys are gonna snuggle just to strike back against toxic What kind of shit is that? Like, what does that even mean? Seriously, like, how is that supposed to do it? Like, that doesn't do shit. I'm baffled and confused.
I mean, what is this headline? It's absolute garbage. But returning to this, like I said, all of those sources have been attacking masculinity, traditional American masculinity, for a very long time. And this stuff is based on values from his generation. He's 46 years old. These things he's describing are the same stuff my dad would say to me, and I'm sure a lot of your fathers have said to you. These are good things. These are things based on respect. That's the foundation. Treating people with respect, but somehow that is being twisted into toxic masculinity or something that is sexist, like opening.
Like, I think he's getting ready to say what I was getting ready to say. But like, there are people who have gotten yelled at by women for opening doors for them, and like, because women will just turn around and be like, "I can do it myself." Blah, blah, blah. All right, let me walk in, close the door, and right in front of your face, and you can be that independent boss bitch that you want. Shit. And there's also like videos of women pretty much being angry that men listened to what they were saying. Like, don't approach women in the gym. And then next thing you know, now all women are saying, how come men aren't approaching us in the gym anymore? And then other things like, you know, men are done with marriage, or men are done with this. Well, it's because women have always considered everything that a man does as toxic masculinity, as well as just wrong in general. Like anything a man does is just supposed to be wrong. And then there's this whole sprinkle chick that is telling all these women to do certain things that would keep them single. And in response to that, a bunch of men came up with like the drizzle thing. It's kind of like a way to mock the sprinkle movements and shit. But anyway, everything men are doing in response of what women are doing, women are calling like toxic masculinity and things like that. And then just saying that they're pretty much saying that even when it comes to dating, men are not allowed to have preferences, but women are. It's like things like that. And everything is misogynist to them. Like if you don't agree with what they say, then you're misogynistic, or you have internalized misogyny. When in general, women are being misandrous, and a lot of people don't even know what that means. Misandrous is the opposite of misogyny. Misandrous means that you have hate towards men, like you just hate men, and misogyny pretty much means that you hate women. But anyway, I digress.
Doors for a woman is considered sexist by many people. I don't know about you, but my wife hasn't opened a door in the near 5 years I've been with her. Like, that's not going to change whatsoever. But
you mean your husband? Rev is a woman that is using a voice changer to sound like a guy.
always with this stuff, you look at kind of the deterioration of this whole concept and the effect it's had. Look at the most, what I would call, mentally ill areas of society. The people who are wackadoos, right? The wackadoos from social media, the activists,
crazies,
all those kinds of people. You will not see
the blue-haired. If they have blue hair, you might be talking about them. He might be talking about them.
Masculinity in the traditional sense. You will see something that is very broken. Look at the latest Antifa rally. Are you seeing a lot of masculinity amongst their ranks? Absolutely not. And a lot of this has to do with this push to make men feel bad about being a man.
Yeah.
And that's something that has had a devastating effect.
And it's funny because like with all these this push to, well, demasculinize men, if that makes sense, it's you still have women that are doing TikToks talking about, where are all the real men? You know, the men that know how to fix things, the men that have masculine traits. You mean the toxic masculine type shit y'all women have been talking about? And then they have women going to places like Home Depot or Lowe's just to try to find a man. It's like, what? What? Are you really doing this? This is your plan to find a good man, to go to Home Depot or Lowe's? You know, you want to find a good man with all those masculine traits that every woman is calling toxic? No, you don't. Shut up.
It's all out of self-hatred. And you see like terms like male feminists. We clown on male feminists on this channel all the time. And as pathetic as that self-hatred might be, it's also very sad. They have been indoctrinated and made to believe certain features about themselves are so bad that not only should they not be praised, they should be completely taken out of society whatsoever. And that's how you end up with a male feminist, a complete contradiction through this indoctrination, or someone just trying to get laid at college. And that's the other type of male feminist we see. But there's people out there who unironically believe a matriarchy is superior. And also, I think this whole thing about demonizing these traits, whether it's for masculinity or feminine features, the same thing happens on both sides, where traditional roles and mannerisms like that are being demonized. And I think that also works to confuse kids as well. We're basically teaching kids that certain things are just bad, that normally were celebrated or encouraged for many, many millennia at this point, basically all of human history, but now all of a sudden it's so bad. And I think that is very confusing for young kids. But
a lot of young kids are being I've seen misandry so bad that women will say, if they're pregnant and they find out that it's a boy, then they're willing to abort it just because they don't want to bring another man into this world. Like, what? like obviously these people who say things like this, it's almost as if they didn't grow up with a father, or at least with a good loving father. Because how can you say, or brothers, like, because how can you say stuff like that when if you had a good some good brothers or a good father when they raised you, like how could you say stuff bad about men if you were raised with good brothers and good fathers? So it's got to be like they don't. It's got to be that they don't have that.
Let's move on to the other clip here that's causing a much more controversial reaction. People are very polarized on this one, where he's talking about kind of like what it means to get an opportunity and whether or not success is earned or given.
We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true.
That's true. It's true that it's not true. Because I did all that shit.
Success is given.
Like having to, like being told to go to college and shit like that, and everything will work out.
It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster, but somebody said, you're the one. And the other 50 behind you fell off. You know what I mean?
So basically what he's saying here is that success. So
this guy looks angry that he said that. He's like, nigga, I was the best in the school, in my team. In my school, what you talking about? He looks angry that he said that.
Basically what he's saying here is that success is not earned, it's given. You have to have someone who picks you and gives you the opportunity.
Right time, right place, or just knowing people.
To succeed. You basically can't do it on your own in most circumstances, which I think like on a foundational and a very like a semantic type level, I guess he's right. You know, you can't really in most senses succeed unless you're given an opportunity to do so. But the difference here is that you earn that success by being ready for those opportunities. If you are working hard or you have the skills to do something and you're given that opportunity, you can take advantage of it and make something out of it and succeed. If you're not trying, if you're not equipped with the right skills, those opportunities won't really mean anything to you. So I think on one hand, I get what he's saying, but also it's a little too literal in this sense. And I think the people who have the skills and work hard, they can take advantage of the opportunities that are not guaranteed, but if they come along, they'll make something of it, much more than someone who's not trying and doesn't have the skills and what have you. You know how people are, especially when you have an actor like this who's a millionaire saying things like this and they get angry, but a lot of people are still angry about some of his former comments, and I like to try to view things individually. I think his previous comments about masculinity, I think were awesome, and I think this one, I understand where he's trying to go with this, and it caused a lot of uproar on social media, but I think he's starting at a point but missing the overall point, and a lot of people were talking about this, and I thought you guys could enjoy these two conversations here, and as always, please talk about the stuff in the comment section because I know it's a pretty broad and interesting set of topics. But we did say there.
It sounds right to me though. Like I get what he's saying, and it sounds about right. Success isn't earned. I mean, it's like handed to you. Like right place, right time, or people. I mean, and it's just like sometimes people who work hard don't always get results, or at least not in the way they would like.
There's other things to talk about involving Disney today, and I'll keep these a bit brief. So you can see the headline here. It's a wonderful one, right? She-Hulk actress still attacking fans over failed Marvel series.
Still?
Gloats about how showrunner predicted toxic fan responses over now canceled show. Literally dancing on the grave of the show that they put in the ground. That's pretty interesting.
I feel like she thinks it's all toxic masculinity.
But this actress has been constantly going after fans while the show was airing, and even now, long after it was canceled. It is a very obnoxious response from this actress. They never seem to learn, and they're still doing it to this day. So what are we talking about specifically here? So Instead of taking any responsibility for the show's poor reception, she once again doubled down, blaming the toxic fans for daring to criticize the splendor that was She-Hulk. I love that it was predicting what the response was going to be, Maslany said, seemingly gloating over how the show framed any potential criticism as misogynistic before the series even aired, and framed toxic fans themselves as the antagonists of She-Hulk.
Hold up. I love that it was predicting what the response was going to be. Maslany said, seemingly gloating over how the show framed any potential criticism as misogynistic. Any criticism as misogynistic. It's bad to be man, is what they're trying to say. And anybody that doesn't like this show is just being misogynistic. It's just toxic masculinity. That's all it is, bruh.
She described the move as meta, but for audiences, it came across as arrogant and dismissive of legitimate concerns about the show's writing, humor, and overall quality. What? You're saying it's poor quality? Are you telling me the scene where she was twerking in a pantsuit wasn't high quality entertainment that was capturing the Marvel fans out there? Yeah, She-Hulk, absolute disaster. People to this day still try to basically blame the male response to the show, which, by the way, everyone hated it, including women, for the...
Like, how do you know men even watch the show? It's She-Hulk. Like, are you sure most of your viewers weren't women? At least more than half weren't women? But hey, everything that's against it is all toxic masculinity. And yeah, the show still got canceled.
The show's failure, right? They're saying it's the toxic men. That's why the show failed. No, it was everyone not tuning in. That's what happened. The show was a steaming pile of garbage that nobody wanted to check out. But all of a sudden, this actress just keeps going and going with this narrative long after the show has been canceled, and there is no second season ever coming. So why are they even doing this still? Well, it shows they're a bunch of activists, and they're also, they have no impulse control. They keep doing this, and this is a terrible look. But let's move on to another topic here involving...
That's almost as bad as how Drake is still talking, is still making himself look bad because he lost the battle with Kendrick. Yo, what up, MCM? How you doing, bruh? Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, all the above.
Daredevil. Daredevil Born Again viewership exposed as Disney and Variety try.
And again, like, Daredevil is just not an exciting hero, at least not to me. That's why I don't care for the show. I don't know why everybody else wouldn't care for it, but
to spin a disappointing launch, worse than the Acolyte and Agatha all along. That is brutal. Well, this comes from...
Thank you, MCM. I am indeed having a great day.
A Variety piece. There's several examples, but this is the most glaring one where they're trying to spin the narrative here. They're trying to say this is a huge opening for this show, and it's just not, right? It's just not.
Why does it look like in every... well, I guess if it's a Marvel thing, they have to use the same type of actors or for villains. This guy is always Kingpin, I think. Like, it feels like it, right?
So you can see the numbers, 7.5 million views on Disney+. And then down here, you can see, according to the Mouse House, the Marvel television series drew 7.5 million views in its first 5 days of availability on Disney+, with a view defined as a total stream time divided by runtime. That makes it the biggest streaming debut on the platform this year. The show officially launched on March 4th.
Did they do a bunch of mental gymnastics just to get to this conclusion? It's like making
Disney does not regularly release viewership information about its streaming shows, so exact comparisons are a bit difficult. But for some context, it was previously reported that the Sterling K. Brown drama Paradise drew 7 million views across its first 9 days of streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus earlier this year. The first episode of the fellow Marvel show Agatha All Along hit 9.3 million views in its first week of availability in September of 2024.
Rip.
So you see 2 points trying to puff up these numbers. The first one saying it is the highest viewed show for Disney Plus this year.
But
it's March. And also that's not a flex because Disney Plus is not producing any good ratings for their shows. So no,
Yikes.
that's not a good point to be making. And then down here, talking about this Paradise show, I have no idea what that is, but we.
That is kind of funny though. This is the biggest streaming debut on the platform this year. My God, we're only 3 months into the 3 months into the year. Yeah, of course it's the highest this year.
See this mention of Agatha All Along, which crushes the 7.5 million. Agatha All Along was a disaster for Marvel. So comparing those two is...
I didn't even know about it. And I don't care to know about it. I kind of don't want to know what it's about, but I probably wouldn't watch it either. Just because I don't feel like getting Disney.
It's really bad. And as that Park Place pointed out, this is still much lower than The Acolyte. Star Wars The Acolyte pulled in, during that same duration, well over 11 million views.
Damn.
So what are they doing making these comparison points? We've seen a lot of fluff pieces for anything involving Disney, but this is a really pathetic one where they're trying everything in their power to compare this show to other shows and do it in a way to show success, but it's just showing more failure. And I know...
I mean, can we at least give them credit? Like, at least they tried. They tried to make it look good.
A lot of people are disappointed about Daredevil Born Again. A lot of people saw some early glimpses at this and they were excited, but ever since it came out, I think the reception has been very lukewarm and people are generally disappointed. But, you know, to each their own. And as always, you know, always let me know what you think. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. A couple of people.
Yeah, this is a... that was a good video, as always, Rev. Good shit. But yeah, the whole war on masculinity thing, I feel like it's starting to have a turn. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to take a turn back towards like men winning the war. Because since the masculinity has dipped, you know, and dropped out for a hot second, and now there are videos of women asking where the masculinity is. You know, saying it's kind of the pendulum is swinging back. You feel me? But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video. Shout out to Rev Says Des, always dropping bangers after bangers. So as always, link to their video, link to their channel will both be in the description below. Be sure to check them out. And while you're over there, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace, and much love to you. Oops, hit the thing. All right, so let's go on to the next one. One more video, and then we'll play some Monster Hunter. But, yo, appreciate the follow. What up? So, I wanted to check in on Johnny Somali, aka Ramsey Khalid Ishmael, and because I feel like, you know, after his trial, well, right now I'm not playing a game. I'll play some Monster Hunter later, but after Johnny's trial, he had that small little crash out, and then some other things happened, but he got equipment back, and now he's streaming again on this like random website that nobody really knows about. I keep forgetting what it's called. But he's come out and said apparently he wants to be the bastion of evil. So let's check out this video by Legal Mindset, and let's see what is going on with this kid now, because he still has other trials to go to in a bunch of different other parts of South Korea. And right now it looks like he has about 5 years he has to spend for his first trial. That seems like that was the set amount of jail time. So it looks like it's going to be racking up, and hopefully these other trials, I'm sure they're going to be worse cases for things that he's done. So his time is going to be racking up. He might not get out of jail until he's like 60. But anyway, let's check out this video by Legal Mindset. As always, links to the channel and links to the video will both be in the description below. Let's get it.
I'm just saying.
to I'm gonna give you the whole real unadulterated true story because I have footage from the court that y'all haven't seen. I got footage from the court that y'all don't know about.
If this is true, well, first of all, I think he's full of shit, right?
Yeah, how did he get footage from the court like at all? Wait, what? And also, why am I already 8 minutes? Okay, let me just restart all this.
Let's get into it. So this is the clip. I want to show you guys this clip.
What I was gonna say was, how could he get footage from the court if he was on trial? If he was the one on trial, like, nah. I'm pretty sure they didn't let him bring any video recording software in there.
The one that's been circulating all around the Korean internet. It's been really pissing people off, let's say. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the whole thing and then I'll comment on it.
If y'all give me the support and the donations and the love, the power chats, the crypto donation, I'm ready, bro. If y'all want chaos,
he's really hoping they give him money. Remember, because he has no way to make money while he's in Korea. And so if he can't make money, he has no way to support himself unless Hank is just going to have to support him. And that's not what Hank wants to do, I'm sure. But yeah, he's struggling.
Let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil.
There's the quote. There's the bastion of evil quote. That's what I think a lot of people are going on, is that, that's what, and to be very fair, and this is the point, I'm going to pause that. I'll play the rest. But to be very fair, that's what his chat wants him to do. They want him to go out there and do crazy, wild stuff. They want him to get arrested. They want him to get hurt. They want
to see him ruin his life. They want to see him ruin his life. That's what they want.
Pepper sprayed. They want to get beat. They want him to get punched. His chat wants that, right? They want that. The very few supporters, the 40 people in Hank that are still backing him, they are trying to put him in dangerous situations. And, that's why he has adopted this role, because he has gotten so deep into his chat that that's all he's got is this persona. Which, by the way, is a tough guy act, because he doesn't actually go out and do any of the things he says. He says he's going to go out and IRL stream. He says he's going to go confront Ice Poseidon and the whole group in Korea. He hasn't done any of that, right? It's talk tough, but don't actually do it.
If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash,
it's either his legal mindsets connection, internet connection, or it's the site that Johnny is on that has the bad connection while we're seeing the delay.
Out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation.
Bro, how can you be proud of that? How can you be proud that you don't have a sense of self-worth or self-preservation? Like, how can you want to ruin your life? For what? People's short-term enjoyment? Just for a small group of people's short-term enjoyment before you get thrown in prison and have to sit right in there for the rest of your life? Like, why would you? Man, people will do anything for clout. Anything.
I will be your man. I'm building up the Johnny Somali Pirates. This pirate gang from the beginning. And every in here right now is going to be a witness to what we're going to create.
You ain't creating shit.
Yeah.
By the way, it's like all 10 people, it's like, because he does a lot of botted views on his party count, but it's like actually like 10, 20 people.
Only one, yeah? Can I get a yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully she goes straight.
I'm ready to crash out in the streets and die for you, bro. I have body scars. I got scars to slice my forehead when I was in Israel. I got battle scars from you, and I still pushing P. I'm still what?
Pushing P.
So still ready to get out there and be that bastion of evil chaos. There's some language in there that can also imply he's gonna, engage in incitement, all the other stuff. Media is not too happy about that. That you're in the middle of a trial, you've got these charges against you.
Multiple trials. Also, does he not know he's being watched? How does he not know he's being watched? And he continues to try to make things worse for himself. This guy.
Media. And you're saying you're going to go out there and still be this person. It's kind of crazy. So tell us you got a second part too. had a part 2 video, so I wanted to go through that. I really enjoyed going through the first one. I'm going to try to go through as fast as we can, and if it just is if there's a part where he explains it all right, I will. But there's a lot of background here that I want you guys to get. So let me play this out for you guys.
Streamer's in complete denial that he ruined his own life. I mean, it's so bad that he doesn't even understand the world of trouble he's actually in. Things have just got so bad for this.
Actually, I think I'll say this. I think he actually he is starting to understand, but he's boxed in to this persona, so he can't back out of it.
I don't know about that. He is now like he can definitely like back out. I mean, he's got some type of attention. If he turned his life around and people started talking about that, would he get more followers than he does now? Possibly. But I think he can back out. He's just on this placebo high of that everything that people are watching him and want to see him continue to ruin his life. I mean, people do want to watch him ruin his life, but like they're not showing him love like he thinks they're showing.
Now promising to go back to harassing people in public while his trial is ongoing because he no longer cares, I guess.
If y'all want chaos, let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil. If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
As if you think he couldn't do anything.
It clearly has. I mean, that part is true. He has no sense of self-preservation because he's digging himself deeper.
Dumber doing this during his ongoing criminal trial. He surprises us yet again. So obviously, we're talking about the IRL streamer Johnny Smalley, who's recently been held in Korea for months after streaming himself commit multiple felonies in Korea for donations and attention. This has obviously backfired a bunch against him because he's his own.
It's not like he was out there making millions too. So like, why? Like, why?
Star witness against himself. Currently, he's facing several charges, some of which he's already pleaded guilty to, which I've already covered here on this channel since I flew out to South Korea for his trial. And going into that trial, I don't know why, but I thought maybe, just maybe he would be respectful and played a little bit smart for, a better shot at a lighter sentence.
And that's, by the way, what everybody thought. So every person I've spoken to is shocked that he did not play the role. And the fact that he came in not playing that role is wild in Korean court. It is insane to come in and have the bravado, the attitude, the disrespect, the lateness, the hungover, not giving a saying that it's not a big deal, publicly open on a stream. This is something that's unprecedented. Probably even even in America, this would be crazy. But Korea, it's doubly crazy because of the amount of disrespect for the court it shows, which is very dispositive.
But I was so incredibly wrong. I mean, the dude showed up over an hour late to his own trial, still drunk, because he decided to live stream drunk just hours before he had to wake up for his early morning trial. But as you guys know from watching my previous video, the trial couldn't have gone worse for him. He made an absolute terrible impression on the judge, and he accidentally leaked new charges against himself while he was drunk the night before. And I guess, like, as if things couldn't get more ironic, his case...
How do you leak your own charges?
Number ends with 666. So I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's a wild coincidence. And also, every clip that we're going to watch in today's video, he will only make things infinitely worse for himself as each clip goes by. Because I keep saying this guy somehow always finds the dumbest way possible to react to every situation that he's in. It's like he's trying to go for a maximum sentence for all of his charges here. And the prosecutors and judge will see all of these videos here. I mean, now even the Korean media is calling for a harsh punishment for him.
This is the professor. So that real quick, that was the professor.
Korean media.
I'm not gonna be able to say this name properly. Like I wish I could. Seo Kyung Deok. I probably said that terribly wrong. I apologize. But they say, I haven't come to my senses yet. We need to set a good example with strong punishment. So yes, the Koreans know they need to do this. They need a strong punishment. They can't just give him a slap on the wrist like Japan did, with like a fine and let him go, and then ban him from the country. That's a slap on the wrist. Like they've got to do this, and I want to see this harsh punishment.
Is calling for a harsh punishment for him.
This is the professor. So that real quick, that was the professor that he brought up. This is the professor that is very connected, who said we need to set an example of good punishment. When actually the literal translation is we need like an aggressive punishment. So like no slap on the wrist, aggressive punishment. That was the language of this professor, and there's more that he goes into, but people are aware and talking about it. It's not just us YouTubers or us foreigners. It is the Korean media himself and the Korean people themselves that are pissed about this.
So there's a lot of pressure for this guy not to walk. And of course, he's his own star witness in making everything worse for himself. As he even confirmed in this video, what we observed in the trial was true. He was indeed drunk.
He just puts all this shit online for everybody to see, as if it's a good idea.
Hank is saying like long live China, stuff like that, but bro, I'm slurring. I'm drunk.
This guy just consistently removes any plausible deniability from his own trial. But he did a breakdown where he talked about his side of the trial, and this is where we learned how delusional this dude really is.
I'm gonna give you guys the post-trial breakdown. We have all this news right here from Korean and other sources. I want you guys to send me in the Discord right now to react.
So just real quick, guys. So Ramsey is asking you, there's like 3 different Korean reporters in there. There's another foreign reporter in there. There's about 10 of us, other than the reporters, right? Just like another 10 of us in the courtroom, me, Atozi, the professor, there's a bunch of others that were in there. All of us are incorrect and lying completely about everything that I had said. And it's only Ramsey that's telling the truth.
Is that what he's trying to spin?
I have a bridge to sell you in Atlantis, okay? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna give you the whole real unadulterated true story, because I have footage from the court that y'all haven't seen. I got footage from the court that y'all don't know about.
If this is true, well, first of all, I think he's full of shit.
Exit out.
Second of all, if it was true, that is instant contempt of court. That would be super easy. I would love for him to show this magical footage, which doesn't exist, right? That most likely does not exist. But if it does exist, right, that's instant contempt of court. So either way, Ramsey, right, it's either bluster, which it probably is. With Ramsey, 99.9% is bluster, right? But even beyond that, if it's not, it's contempt of court. So I'm okay with that. Once again, reporting him for contempt of court. I mean, which way are you going to go here?
How stupid do you have to be to think it would be okay to do that? Like for Giant to show footage that no one's seen from inside the court. Like, how stupid would he have to be? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't allow recording devices inside the court. Like, it's supposed to be like a closed thing.
If he did actually record something, and once again, if he recorded anything, it would just confirm what we said. Of course, that would be very much illegal, very much in contempt, pretty much directly.
They're claiming that like I came in and I was blindsided by the fact that I had a new charge and was like sitting in the wrong place and was nervous. This was a breeze. And the only reason I'm ready to start going live again, because honestly, I have no fear. Like, that's really, these people are clout chasing off my name so badly. Like look at it. I got these these are from Pakistan saying I arrived late and hungover. Okay, they're not lying about that part. I'll give you that. I wasn't.
So already making a confession.
Yeah, you can't. Now you can't deny it. And now you can't be like, nah, I was fine. Blah blah blah. Now you can't deny it. And now they can, if they want to use that against you, they'll use it against you.
Another who's drunk and hungover, which is once again, the court's going to hear that, right?
Okay, so why would you risk extending your sentences by acting like a complete moron? It's also everything that he's done between these charges that also goes into account for when they're choosing how harsh they're going to be during the sentencing. And it doesn't help that everything he's done basically since he was served with this criminal lawsuit has hurt him more than help him. It just seems like he's still operating like he's in the US. Like, no, most likely you wouldn't get any serious prison time for any of these antics in the US. But in South Korea, the country that's held him in limbo there for over 4 months against his will, clearly they operate differently. So why would you?
I'm sure they also highly value their culture and their history. And so since for Johnny to do that, what he did to that comfort statue, the Korean comfort woman statue, that definitely pissed him off. So like, he's done. He's screwed.
Would you ever act like a moron and test your luck when you really don't have to?
Shut his shit down. And shut that pepper spray and everything right now.
There you go. Threatening him with pepper spray, literally right in the video, flashing the pepper spray, right, in a menacing way, saying he's going to come after him and pepper spray him, right? That's a threat right there. That's a direct threat. That is a clear and direct threat. In the U.S.,
is he low key adding more charges while he's going through his trials?
Could definitely get a restraining order off of this for sure, 100%.
But he did go on to talk about why he pleaded guilty.
Why I pled guilty 2 days ago or yesterday? It's because, bro, do you think I want to sit in this country any longer? Bro, if they got you for some, bro, I'm telling you, everything I pled guilty.
You're gonna have to sit in this country a lot longer if they, put you in jail for 5 years.
Yesterday is like $50 fines, $100 fines. Playing music on a bus, spilling a cup of noodles, carrying a... Bro, they're trying to charge me for carrying a dead fish and saying, do you want to eat fish? It's in quotations on the indictment. I have the indictment right here. It says you told someone, do you want to eat fish? In what country is that a charge?
When you harass people with anything, it's a charge, right? When you're going up and harassing people repeatedly and making them uncomfortable and, disrupting businesses, that is illegal, right? In many different countries.
Shit.
So yes, you could get trespassed. You could have harassment charges filed against you. There's a lot of stuff that can come with that in any country, in many countries. In fact, in some countries, you harass people and, the justice might just be dealt out immediately, if you know what I'm saying.
But do you think I'm really going to sit there and argue with the judge over $100 fine? I'm guilty, so what? I'll pay it.
$100 fine is a total misnomer. And here's a new piece of information, brand new information.
What's up? Show us.
Ramsey flashed a bunch of papers. And one of the papers that he flashed was, of course, the new charge about the deepfake and the fact that that's going to go to the prosecutors in the Eastern District. So that case will proceed. But beyond that, he also flashed another paper, which was just translated. And the Koreans that have looked at this have now, said, oh, look, there's something else. One of the other papers he flashed says he already owes 1 million won to somebody. Now, it's not clear for what exactly, who exactly, but he clearly already owes, the paper was very clear. He already owes 1 million won. Which at this point, let me do the 1 million won conversion rate. I know the won is not doing too great right now, but that's already, what is that?
Couple $100,000?
689 USD. So almost $700. So he already owes almost $700. There's no $100 fine. And that's before any of this stuff. That's before anything else is hit. So he already owes somebody $700. So pay your $700 to whoever you owe it. He's already been hit with that. That's already there. It's like solid. He owes that. Pay your money, right? He's already got that. And he can't even read these complaints and indictments and charges. Most of them are in Korean. So he doesn't really, and once again, I don't think his public defender is explaining these things to him well, or maybe he's leading them down this path. But it's definitely already beyond $100. So all exaggeration. He already owes that money, guys.
I thought his final sentencing for the first trial was like 5 years or something like that. Isn't that what they said in that last video?
Like, that's hilarious. And that only was found out because he was an idiot and he flashed these Korean papers that he has no idea what they say. But guess what? There's Koreans who understand Korean. There's actually foreigners who understand Korean too.
The police don't joke. I know in Japan they don't have sarcasm, but really in Korea, the police have no sarcasm. They really are onto this. They think it's not a game.
Dude, it's hard to understand sarcasm when there's a language barrier and they're not familiar with you. And being sarcastic to someone who has your freedom in their hands, that's definitely not the bright thing to do.
So the thing is, we just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny because
absolutely terrible. It was a 5-minute long trial.
10 minutes, but yeah.
They just said, what's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation? Come back April 9th. Don't be late next time.
Okay, well, that's simplifying things a little bit too much. It was a little over 10 minutes. And in that short amount of time, you disrespected the judge, the prosecutors, and pled guilty for 3 charges. One of those charges included a felony, and you have more charges coming your way, and seemingly a separate case where you will now be tried as a repeat offender. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't say that went well for you. But in frustration, he then continues to disrespect the judge.
Essentially, he got in trouble for, number one, wearing the hat.
I didn't get in trouble. I don't speak Korean. Said take the hat off. I don't know what these guys said. Said take the hat off. I don't know what the. Stop.
You think the judge is not going to see that and judge on it, right? Once again, this racist stuff that's going to get back.
I took it off.
It's like showing Johnny's character and giving the judge a reason to give an aggressive punishment, because the judge from Johnny's character, he can see that Johnny is not going to be remorseful for his crimes at all. And so if there's not going to be any type of remorse for his crimes, why go easy on him? You have to punish him aggressively and make sure he knows for how fucked he is. No, make sure he knows the harshness of his crimes.
He was carrying a water bottle. Is that a like what? Like, bro, like they take the most little and try to make it like.
The thing is, he doesn't realize, like with courtroom procedure, little things are a big deal. In the court, little things are a massive deal, right? The court is one of the most formal areas out there, period, right? It is a big deal. And it's not a little thing.
They told him to take a hat off. Like, well, what? Like, what are you talking about?
How stupid do you have to be? I mean, like, what do you mean talking the most little shit? I went there to report exactly what happened within those closed doors. So I'm walking everyone through from start to finish of what happened in that trial. Does it bother me that he had a water bottle? No, not at all. But at the time of this stream, no one knew exactly what happened in that courtroom except for the people that were inside the courtroom, which is why as soon as the trial was over, I needed to get out of the building so I could go live for you guys. I tried to go live outside the courthouse, but my 4G connection was not good enough. So we then went to the nearby Starbucks and went live.
4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about,
how did I just discover about it? I can pull out the paper with the date
but you
on it
can't
that
read
proves
Korean
and show it to this camera that I knew about every single charge. They just make up. He didn't know. He
X it
didn't.
out.
No,
He didn't know.
You didn't know.
He didn't have no, we knew. We all knew. I literally was the one that dropped it. So of course we knew, right? Like I knew. He flashed this paper pretending that he knew what the charge was. The paper was for the deepfake charge. It wasn't even for the one before that court.
Oh, bro,
that charge, the deepfake, isn't even in this court case. It's a whole separate court case. It's a whole separate court case. So he didn't even, that's how dumb he is. He doesn't even understand what's going on. And then he doxed himself by doing that. And, one of the other papers he showed he owes $1 million won.
Oh yeah. Apparently when he showed those papers, him doxing himself it let the person who was renting that place to Hank, let them know that Johnny was staying there, and then they kicked him out. So he showed the papers, doxed himself, got kicked out, and now he has to sit in his spot.
So the only thing he did is self-own in this seething, which is beautiful. It is so beautiful and poetic that the only thing he did by all of this raging and coping is own himself.
Sadness, I'm gonna fly 7,000 miles across the world to watch a 5-minute hearing. They said, "What's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation?" Okay, bye-bye. See you April 9th. Minor tickets, fines. I don't know what these guys gonna be an O.J. Simpson trial.
The dude is just so mad that people showed up and told the world how cooked he seems to be. Like, the only good thing he has going for himself here is at least he's stuck in an awesome country. But a Korean lawyer did also come out and share his opinion that a slap on the wrist is not really in the cards for Johnny here.
So I shared this on X.
Thank you.
So this is a Korean lawyer's opinion, right?
So they said a slap on the wrist is not what's in store for Johnny. Thank you for that. That's what I keep hoping for. Like, I want this aggressive punishment for him.
And
like, he fucked around, he's got to find out.
They said, number one, right? This is going to obviously, once he's done, he'll be deported, right? Once he serves his time. So this is the part here. This is a Korean lawyer saying this. Kim explained that if the court imposes a prison sentence, he will have to serve his term in a local prison. So this is, once again, people like to say,
Nice.
oh, Andrew, you're not a Korean lawyer. Hear it from a Korean lawyer. He has to go to the local prison first. After he completes his time, then he has to leave the country and is detained in the immigration center until departure. So literally, once he is sentenced to prison, he's going to be broken up from Hanky Poo. They're no longer going to have their midnight sessions, and he's going to be sent directly to prison. And there's going to be no reunion. He's going to go right to the immigration detention center. He's not going to be free, and then he's going to be put on a plane out of there. Right? That's the process. Right?
Yo, imagine, and I'm not sure if this can happen, but imagine. I hope it can happen. Like the next trial, they do give him prison time, and from that moment he gets sent to prison to start serving time, but is only let out to go to the rest of his trials. And those trials can also add on to prison time, and then from there he'd be constantly in prison. What if that happens? That'd be cool.
And look what the lawyer says. Considering the multiple charges against Ishmael and the serious nature of his offenses, it is unlikely he will receive a lighter penalty. So saying that he's going to get a relatively
So
severe
Johnny,
penalty. It won't be $500, right? We're talking thousands at a minimum.
he can just spin it however he wants, but the fact of the matter is he cannot return to the U.S. right now, no matter how much he wants to.
You're the one who's gonna look so dumb when I don't get.
I really hope they don't just deport him as well. Like keep him I'd hate that the Korean tax dollars would have to go to like keeping him in jail, but keep him in jail, in Korean jail. Just like don't deport him back to America because they might let him out. Just come on.
Any jail time or any bro, I'm gonna laugh like a villain. Look, I did go there and recognize all the charges. I said I was guilty. I did say all this because it's just gonna be a fine. What the? I'm just gonna pay it and leave, bro. Like you can't go to jail for this. You can't. Like you literally cannot.
I mean, again, I wouldn't really say that's a good strategy for his trial, but it's not like anything he's done has been a good strategy for his trial. So it's not like too much has changed here. So I guess with some time, we'll find out what actually happens. But if you want to see the full coverage of the trial, you can watch this video right here.
A+ content. He did a really good job of synthesizing that content and putting it together. You know, there's a lot of information on Johnny Somali, and it's a little bit of an information overload. So I do appreciate that he has a really great ability to synthesize that and make it in digestible videos that are in short form.
Bet. And I didn't know we are gonna be reacting to a Tuesday in this video, in this reaction to Legal Mindset. But anyway, yeah, Johnny's kind of fooked. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like he doesn't know how fucked he is, and he's trying to make it seem like he's not fucked. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to laugh it off and everything like that. It also seems like he's aware that he's not aware that he's being watched. Like the Korean media is watching him and also still reporting on things that he's doing. So it's like, he's just speedrunning how fast he can ruin his life as a streamer. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I'm looking forward to his next trial. I'm hoping he actually does get prison time and does have to actually sit in prison while he waits for his other trials to go process. And I hope those other trials also give him more prison time. Like that's just me though. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. As always, links to Legal Mindset. And I guess a Tuesday, if I remember. Legal Mindset probably has a video to a Tuesday in his description. But anyway, links will be in the description below. So yeah, visit Legal Mindset, do your thing, and peace. All right, let's get ready to play some Monster Hunter Wilds. Let me put this away right quick. Let me put this over here with Sean. And move these over here. All right. Do that. Do that. And let's get into Monster Hunter. I'll be right back while that loads up. Give me a second. All right, let's do it. I got a ways to go. I gotta catch up to my friends. Let's get it. I wonder if I can. How do I tell how far I am from ranking up?
They make it sound like they've been here forever.
Eric mentioned seeing Congolalas in the south of the forest. We've certainly got no shortage of them back west. And now we know there's a healthy population here too.
Okay, let's move out.
All right, let's go. The hell is this? Oh, your wearings are unfamiliar to us. Who are you? My name is Stitch. Did I buy anything from anybody here? Doesn't look like it. No one has one of those little icons, shop icons or interaction icons.
Where do you think the Woodwoods learn to speak their language? They have a very colorful vocabulary.
Seriously, what's a kabooti?
I think she meant tribute. You know, payment for us to be here.
Whee! No fall damage.
Do you hear that?
Something's snoring. Move as quietly as you can.
Is it gonna be the what's his name? The doji, whatever it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I fought this guy like 2 or 3 times already. Wait, no, not this guy. Never mind. La. They want us to fight him? They might get wrecked. Yo, don't touch it. Yo, just taking the... These guys are brave. They're just gonna take... This guy is fast asleep. Yo. Ah, shit. Yo, that's nasty, bro. You put some stank on us. All right, let's go. Oh, this guy's smelly. Oh crap! I got rid of my deodorant. I think I was gonna need it. Okay. Oh well. Ew. Let me go back to my potions. Wait, I can't even wait. All right, well, whatever.
Let's just that. You're facing me, big guy.
Oops. There we go. Oh crap. You got me.
Hang on tight.
Got
Don't
him.
get shaken off.
It's like 7 stabs so far. 8, 9, 10.
Got it on the ground.
There we go. Oops. Damn, that hurt. All right, let's see if we can jump on it again. Nope. I can chop off his tail. Damn it, I missed all that. Ew. Give me that tail. Let me cut the tail off. Come on, kill him.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
Tail broken, but they didn't cut it off yet.
You can find materials off of small monsters as well.
Can I make deodorant?
What you think we'll find?
I don't have the... I can't make it. I need smoke nut, which sounds funny. Ah, crap, I didn't mean to use a mega potion. Looks like I'm making another mega potion. All right, let's go. I was trying to land on his back again. Messed up. Oops.
Over here, bub. I'm your target.
Let me cut the tail off.
Power up. Activate. Whew. That's nasty, bro. Oh, crap. Give me the tail. Let me cut that off. Get your butt over here. Come on. There we go.
missed. He's running again. All right, where are you? Come on.
I'll just hop off.
I still want to cut that tail off. Oh crap! I missed my. So you got friends. Oops.
Snap out of it.
Wait, who kicked me? Oh crap, now I need an antidote.
So you've been given more supplies. Check your sacred's pouch.
Oh crap. Come on, can I cut the tail off or not?
This ought to put a dent in it.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't use my potion right now. I'm not doing much damage. Oh, come on. I'm still not cutting the tail off? Ow.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Well, I never got to cut its tail off, and I don't know if you can, but... Got a claw, got a pelt, and a pelt. Nothing else over here? Meow, meow. Bet.
Nice work, Hunter.
Bro, when am I gonna rank up?
What was?
Like seriously, I wish I could see how far I have to go.
I heard all about your great exploitations in driving off the Pink Menace.
Oh, this one is good at talking. Can we have our campsite back now? Tell us more about the forest monsters. Where do you learn our language?
Can we have our puny hovel back now?
But of course, friend. The Woodwoods Forest is now your forest too.
Aw, how nice. You are now able to set up pop-up camps. Find suitable campsites in each locale to set them up. Quattreflies can be found fluttering near potential campsites. Okay. Select the camping kit from the item bar to set up a pop-up camp. After you discover a potential campsite, you can set up a pop-up camp there by talking to the support desk or the pop-up camp Meowster at the Windward Plains base camp.
Here's too many lopsided transactions between us.
Lopsided transactions?
Have any belts to trade?
What if we offered you, say, a Doshakama pelt? Brown fur, big fangs, ridges on its forehead?
Brown pelt? Big no.
Huh.
Fur is rough. And besides, brown fur everywhere. No need. Too many in our forest now. Them and their big kahuna. Ooh, you don't want to get messy with that one.
Kahuna, huh? Tell me about your forest
What can
monsters.
you tell us about the other monsters in the forest? Ever seen a big white monster come through?
White monster? White monster? You don't mean that nightmarish creature.
I guess I do.
Many times it drags shiny, not white things, too. It shows up when the sky falls out. Very scarifying.
Scarifying? I love that.
When the sky falls out?
Yes, yes. Sky falls. Menace comes.
Rain? No, because it's raining now, right? Where did you learn our language?
Where did you learn our language? You speak it so well.
Oh, you are most perceptious. I indeed am the greatest Woodwood linguiniest in the forest. We have
Linguiniest.
spoken your tongue since times of old, when we served as water purifiers. However, that is no longer. Today we use your speech for transactioning with the desert folk.
Oh, so you have contact with the people of Kunafa?
Yes, they pay tribute to enter the forest, and
Tribute,
we
I love
grant
it.
them passage. Generous, yes?
I mean, wouldn't it be easier for you to see if you lifted your hat up a little bit so your other eye could see?
I suppose we'll be going then.
Until our next wheelings and dealings.
All right, we did the thing.
So, the Doshakama must be traveling in a pack, and they have a leader. In numbers, monsters become emboldened, and with a strong-willed leader?
We'd better follow up.
Yeah, let's head back to camp.
Oh, you're back. Good. We've been managing here, but
Who are you?
now that base camp is up and running, little problems are cropping up left and right. Might be good to see if anyone needs a hand, but that's what us hunters are here for, right?
Okay. Do you have kunai in your belt? That's cool. You can now accept side missions, sweet, between guild assignments. Talk to the people in each region to hear their requests. You can also check requests on the detailed map and view your accepted side missions under mission info in the start menu. You can now accept side missions between guild assignments. Talk to the people in each region to hear their requests. Wait.
I don't suppose it would hurt to see what people need while we continue our Doshakama investigation.
Main mission quest, chapter 1, forest findings. Mission complete. Congratulations. All right, bet. What? What rank am I? How many guild points do I have?
Can't forget supplies.
I'm gonna take a cat nap.
Oh, excuse me. There's this purple thing on me. I don't know how to get it off. Oh, you got stuff.
Got a minute? Hey, come here.
What up, baddie? I was wondering, but do you ever... Oops. Well, fret no longer, because now, from now on, all you gotta do is ask, and I'll give you solid recommendations. Now, what can I do for you? The smithy can give recommendations on handy equipment based on your current progress. When you're wavering, give the recommended equipment menu a look.
Yep.
All right.
Got something in mind?
Hope daggers we don't need. Dual hatchets we don't need. So there's nothing good nothing better I can make right now, huh? You can't even upgrade anything? How do I get to, like... I'm in the Doshugama tree, right? How do I get to this? Like, I don't know how to get to these.
What are we making today?
Alright, do I need more armor? This is kind of the same. But... yeah, it's about the same. I'll be alright without it. This goes up to defense 16 though, but I lose so much like resistances.
See you later.
Peace.
Catch the latest news.
Pop-up camp needs covered from A to Z, pal. If I'm ever around, support desk can handle anything you need. They'll patch it through to me, and I'll see it done. Talk to the pop-up camp meowster to build, repair, and remove pop-up camps, or customize your tent. You can also talk to the pop-up camp professional stationed at an already established camp to manage your camps. In addition to convenience, it is important to consider safety level when setting up a pop-up camp. Camps in easily found areas are vulnerable to monster attacks. Destroyed camps will be repaired automatically over time, but if you spend guild points, you can have them repaired immediately. Interesting. No. Stop. Ugh. Is there no cancel button? Just wanted to restock my ish. Turtle power.
Ready to head out?
Quest board. Let's just head out.
I'm happy to help. Ready to head out?
I am.
Okay, campsite, here we come.
How do I rank up? Seriously. Like, how am I still level 2? I can fight him. I can take him. Is that the quote unquote alpha? Why you scare your friends away? You just kind of made yourself solo target. Let's fight it. Let's take it down. Oh, our camp.
This is what happens when monsters have a leader. They're not afraid of us anymore.
What happened?
Some Doshagama happened.
This is really getting out of hand.
Talk about it.
Plan to do?
Revenge.
Warn the people of Kunafa and pray that they believe us.
We've made some headway too. If the White Wraith is here in the forest, it's... But perhaps we leave that for later. Warning the villagers is more urgent.
Olivia, can I go with them? I can't bear to think what happened to my village could happen to Isai and Nona's too.
Nata, to what end does a hunter exist? What are these weapons we carry for? It's an answer you have to find for yourself. And once you do, we'll be here for you. Okay?
Aww. All right, let's do the thing. Look at revenge. The Alpha Doshuga. Alpha Doshuga.
What are you doing here? It's nearly sandtide. You should take shelter somewhere safe.
Isai, listen to me. The Doshagama have formed a pack, and we think they're heading to your village. We have to speak to the Elder and convince her to evacuate the village. There's no time.
Wait, what? The Doshagama?
This is serious. You've got to believe us.
All right, I believe you. But the Elder... Wait, I bet Zato could convince her. He went to the Oasis to protect the water bearers.
All right, let's go get him then.
Got it. Thanks.
Be careful out there, Hunter.
Main mission chapter 1, A Hunter's Pride.
Help! Zato's in trouble!
What's wrong?
We were attacked by a horde of sand leviathans. Zato stayed behind to lure them away.
It must be the monsters we on the sand ship, the Balahara. I'll take these two back to the village.
Like the worm
You bring
things?
the Oasis.
On it.
Sandstorm's coming. Yeah, the little worm things. Balahara. He's wounded. Time to jump in. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. Oh, one of those things.
Why are you here?
Save your ass. Why are you questioning me?
We need to shake them off. Follow me.
I'm not gonna fight him.
I will draw their ire. Cover me.
You got it. Be careful.
Here it
it comes! Watch out for their mucus! Be ready! If we can make it to the rocks, we may lose them! Oh no! Quicksand!
Oh boy. Covered in sand. Sandy cheeks.
You okay? Are you hurt? I think I can manage. Let's get away from here. As I feared, it picked up our scent.
Now let's fight.
You find someplace safe. Thank you. Incoming.
Watch out.
That did not have the effect I thought it was gonna have. Uh-oh. Oops. Oops. Yo! That's nasty. Shit. Damn it, I didn't land on it. I don't know if I can. Can I?
Looks like you're moving to a new area.
Don't run away yet. Ah, you son of a! It roared right when I was getting ready to jump on. Try to jump on it.
Good. Now we can focus on the ball ahead.
Oops.
Hey, Ugly! Over here!
It got me. Oops. Where are you going?
mounted it.
Got it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we need 10 for her to knock it down. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11?
Got it on the
12?
ground.
Did I miscount? Or like... Darn it.
We'll have to carve it later.
Hell yeah.
This ought to put a dent in it.
Ooh, that's bad. Darn, I missed.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Oh, thank you for the heal. Is he running again? He's running. All right, where's that tail at? Give me that. Take all of that. All the materials you want to give me. All right, let's see if we can jump on it again. I missed. Maybe I should never use the thing, the flash thing. Seriously?
Almost there.
Go back.
Nimble as a cat.
Missed. Missed. Ow. crap. That's not good. Who the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the fuck? Where the hell did he come from? I didn't want help. Hell nah, we gotta switch over to this single player. I didn't know people could just jump in like this. I thought they had to be invited. Fuck off, dude. Ho ass. I'm stuck in here until he says it too? Fuck off. Hunters United. I don't give a shit about that. I want to do all that myself.
We did it. I hope Zato's okay.
Travelers, are you all right? Thank the winds. That encounter was nearly the end of me. I owe you my life. That was incredible.
You're welcome.
There.
I know. I'm
I
awesome.
could have never imagined. To think a person could stand against a monster like that.
I'm sorry to be curt, but could you listen? The village is in terrible danger.
We speak proper.
There's no time
Sorry to be curt.
explain. We'll talk while we ride.
Hunter! Oh, you found Zato. Isai's at the Elder's house trying to convince her.
Zato, just who I was looking for. Isai here says that a pack of Doshaguma is closing in on the village.
Please, Elder, you have to believe them. Everyone must seek shelter.
Nonsense. The sound of the gem chimes is and always has been the only shelter we need.
Elder, with my own eyes, I watched these people stand against the Sand Leviathans unafraid.
Let's chill. Pretty easy.
They wield powerful tools and knowledge of monsters far greater than our own.
Yep, I'm a god.
They deserve our trust. For the wind's sake, please, please give the order for our people to shelter.
Very well, Zato.
Oh shit.
If you are that certain.
She folded. Too late. She folded too late.
What's going on?
What happened?
The Doshaguma!
Get everyone to safety.
Stay calm! Gather the young and elderly and take shelter!
Okay. Bro, I want that hoodie. The guy was wearing. The one that covered his entire head. It looked like he had little ears. That guy. And that one. And that one. I want that hoodie. It's the alpha. There's the alpha. Holy shit.
Come on.
We need
Time to
move.
fight.
I know.
Have you seen Nata? He went looking for Nona.
Nona?
Let's split up.
Right.
Bro is... He's in danger. Huh?
Nada.
I have got you, my son. Your savior is here. I'm awesome, I know.
I got you. We gotta move.
Yo, where's its eyes at? Wait, I wonder how it sees. He's gotta move. I gotta fight. Wait, if you don't move, it can't see you? Is that how this works?
It's drawn to the livestock.
T-Rex?
Nata! Don't worry, the hunter is here. Just watch. There's nothing to be afraid of. Let's find a safe place.
Watch me be the god that I
We need
am.
to drive them out of here.
I know.
New quest has been. Wait, what? Livestock fence. Wait, how can I?
He's leaving.
Let's follow the pack.
Let's go.
If we take the overhead route, we might be able to get ahead of the pack.
I can't get off the thing. Darn it.
The sacred will take it from here.
We're counting on you.
How come I can't just turn it to where it's like no?
Yeah, let's give him a headache.
I better have gotten all that experience points.
Don't lose them.
They seem pretty riled up. The one that's larger than the rest is their alpha.
No shit.
If we take down the alpha, the pack should disperse.
I'll try provoking it with an attack.
Attack the alpha and get its attention.
Oops. Hold on. I can't.
Attack the alpha.
Damn it.
Real angry now.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right.
They're right on their tails.
The sandstorm.
Oh boy. Alright, now let's take out the alpha. Aw, I'm not gonna actually fight it. That's cool. I wanna actually fight it. That's bullshit. It took my fun away from me.
Back him up.
On it!
Okay, so it looks like we're actually gonna fight it. Hell yeah. Yo, it destroyed that thing. Let's go, bitch. Come on.
The guild authorizes you to hunt the Alpha Doshagama and restore peace to Kanafa village.
Randomized reward lineups and Zinni will be awarded. I don't know if that was a good idea for me to use it or not.
Monsters are fighting each other!
They won't mind if I just...
Horning in!
Aw. I messed up here. Let me kill that thing too.
Here we go!
God, finally. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we gonna get it? 11, 12? We didn't get it. It's all right. You have to try again. Where my sacred at? Let's go. Darn, missed. Oh well. I wonder if I can cut its tail off. I don't have any like things to throw at it. Oh well. Oops. Got smacked. Holy shit. Oh, we get the tail? Looks like we did.
Careful. It looks angry.
Can we jump on its back again? Nope, not like that.
Leave this to me. Heels in back.
Thank you. Holy crap, I may need to heal again already. Alright, well, yep, there it is. I don't know what box do, but I don't think it did anything for me. Dude, get up, get up! I missed again. Not good. Yo, and I got hit by lightning? Oh shit. See if I can get back on his back. Come on. Nope. That's some bullshit.
Put a dent in it.
Man, there's a lot of that ought to put a dent in it. Damn. Did I see a smoke bomb that I can make? I feel like I did. Bro, I am not getting on its back right now. Ah, that's bull. Cheater. I got a nice ton of damage on it.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Thank you.
Can't see past my whiskers.
So if I don't rank up after this, I don't know what. I don't know what's gonna take the rank up.
The lightning has them amped up. Might be able to use them as a trap.
So that's a trap. Nope, wrong way. There we go. I don't mind carving this guy up too. Extra material. Where's it going? All right, let's go. Come on. Let's hunt this Biasta down. I don't know where you think you're going, but it's not from me. That was terrible. I know where you think you're going. It's straight to hell. Ooh. Extra materials. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I don't think I ever could. I don't think I harvested its tail. Did I? I think I did. I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I did. Bet. All right, let's go. Seriously, I still didn't get on its back. Stop doing that, will you?
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Action.
Got it on the ground.
Come on. Where are you going? Don't you know you can't run away from me. Armor skin, huh? Now, let me jump on that back of yours. Come on, don't be shy.
Mounted it.
Finally, yes. 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Almost there.
11, 12. There we go. I gotta start dodging that thing. not dodging that too. Holy yo! Come on, Nick. Holy shit.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
Bad, thanks for the hills. Ah, come on. I dodged under it. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. There we go. Finally.
That looks like a good place to set up camp. The sandstone.
Phew. I am PaperSIn. Hear me roar. Oh, I'm supposed to go to like items or something like camp set or camping kit. The Shinma certificates. Give me all this, all of it. So I guess now we'll be able to like hunt just that guy as the quest. New size record. Obtain new award, giant crown. Obtain a new nameplate. Motifs, Kunafa. Kunafa. I have 2,173 points. How long until I get to rank 3? Hunter rank 3. What do I even do with my guild points?
Nice work, Hunter. You did it.
Nobody messes with my partner.
Now that the pack is dispersed, we should return to Kunafa.
Wait, don't we have to set up like camp?
People are waiting on
What do you, what the, hey, why can't I go? I want to set up, what the fuck? I was gonna set up camp. Fuck the people that are waiting on us.
Wait, Hunter, we're going this way.
Damn it. Whatever. Can we not run? Can we not sprint?
Oh, wow. The landscape is so lush.
You can see so far now.
The wind's gasp is a breathtaking sight, no matter how many times I look at it. Something about it just grabs me. I see the Delthodons have new mini-sized additions to their herd.
Kids,
oh, it's a
children.
Baby. There's something in that tree over there.
Birds.
Didn't we see those birds in the forest? And now they're nesting here.
They just keep their little younglings in a little sack like that. It's funny.
There's the villagers. Oh good, the livestock's safe.
Hey there! You've returned. I'm so glad you're safe.
Come on, we need to find Sato. Isai and the others must be worried sick. I'm sure Nata's worried sick about you too.
I am the superhero for the kid. I am the kid savior. He's probably worried about me. Yep.
We made it.
It's great to be back.
Welcome back, friend.
The Elder and Zato told us everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm cool.
Do you need anything?
I'm good. I'm a hero. You know, it's all good. On the day's work.
Elder!
Thank the winds you've returned. I've heard what you've done for us.
And
And now the Doshaguma have moved on. Our livestock are unharmed. Our home saved.
Yes, but
What was broken can be mended.
Fair enough. No one's dead, right? That's what counts.
What truly matters is that the great season of plenty has arrived,
Is that what it's called?
and we can share in it together. At times, we don't have all the answers we think we do. But I hope you will accept our heartfelt gratitude.
Accepted.
Thank you. Is there anything we can offer you in return?
well, we belong to an organization known as the Hunters Guild. As you are aware, my friends and I are on an expedition to find the village of the Keepers. We would be grateful if you would allow us to speak to the people here and gather information.
Ah, of course. Our gates will remain open to you. Visit
Yo, she got the two Tomoe shotgun gun on her face. Except it's in blue.
Elder, I believe it would be fitting to lend their comrades more of our sacred.
Why, that's a fine idea.
Hey.
May they aid you in your journey.
I'm so happy you're all safe!
Judy and then the baddie in the right.
I'm so glad to see you. We've been worried about you since you left.
See? Told you they'd be fine.
What up, baddie? What up, girl? Wait. Oh, what's up, kid?
You saved me.
You're welcome.
I can't thank you enough.
You don't have to.
Nice to cross one problem off the list. Speaking of which, Nata, did you and Astrum Unit have any luck with your investigation?
Uh-huh. We found this place deep in the forest with lots of water.
Good stuff.
And nearby were some drag marks. I remember that the White Wraith had something dragging from its arms. So maybe it's what left those marks.
Yeah. You might just be onto something. I think we should travel to the forest base camp together. Better safe than sorry.
Sure. Why not?
Let's go. We've got Sacred to deliver.
Let me know when you're ready to go. I'll be waiting for you at the Plains base camp.
Plains base camp, the forest base camp, the base camp in the trees, the base camp in the land hidden in leaves. I don't know. Bet we got stuff. How do I? Oh, I'm finally Hunter rank 3. Holy shit! Finally. Ooh, what's this? What does that do? What does this do? Camouflage? Hey, Hunter, did you know that a sacred's plumage changes color? Plumage changes color? All right, a different saddle also really changes how they look. I'm happy to help. Okay, you can now customize your sacred's appearance by changing its decorations as well as its feather and skin color. Huh. Talk to Nuna to access the appearance menu in your tent to customize your sacred. Okay. Can I make it like black and red? Ooh. It's a little much. I don't just want highlights of red. Ooh, that looks good too, though. That'll work. Maybe? Nah. I'd go with this before I went with the other one. I kind of like that, so let's just leave it like that for now. That'll work.
I'll take good care of it.
Appreciate it. Where is he? Oh, this him? This is him. I think. Alright, where's the... what's her name? Where's... Quest chick? Where's anybody? Oh, there she is.
Yes.
So I got two more. Sand and Sea Slugs, and then Forest Outlaw. And then Tussle and Pink as well.
Understood.
But first, where is the other chick, crafting chick? Where's the baddie? Where is she? Baddie. Oh, baddie. Oh, what's this? What's this? Item trade.
Yes.
So much happening recently. Work has really started to pile up. I've been left with lots of things I still need. Hey, mind if I ask for your help now and again? You're always free to say no, of course. Give villagers in different regions special items they are looking for to receive items, materials, and new cooking ingredients in return. Bet. Do I have anything they need? I have this.
Cheese and thank you.
Oh god, that was cheesy. Where's Baddie at? No. We're not leaving. Wrong button. Where am I? Okay, seriously though, where am I? How do I not see my own? Oh boy, what's this? Valahara. Oh, here I am. All right, where's Baddie? Baddie's not on the map. I was hoping to craft. I think I gotta go back first. How do I get up there? Oh wait, also. I guess I don't have to do it right now. But hold on, let me make sure I know how to do it.
I'm happy to help anytime.
There. That should have worked, right?
Yes. Understood.
Also, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for now. I'm gonna get some food, and I got videos to edit and upload. So I got a lot more to do in Monster Hunters. Like I gotta catch up to my friends, but I'll do that over time. So as always, for now I'm out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, doing anything in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it.